and Mulvane matching up for the 45th time in school history tonight. They set a record for most points combined in a game last year here on this field at Crusader Stadium, 59-36. Buhler got the win in the middle part of the season. Much more to come. Coach Warner will give us his pregame thoughts, and we'll have our This Day in Crusader History when we come back. It's Crusader football. The Midway Motors drive to the game continues after this on HKFM.
Midway Motors drive to the game coming up. Midway Motors in McPherson, Newton, Hutchinson, and Hillsboro. Next, we'll relive this day in Crusader history. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Are you done with punching the clock or constant work travel? Do you have 15 or more acres? Find freedom by joining America's #1 free-range egg brand, Happy Egg. Happy Egg is looking for growers to raise happy hens. Happy Egg offers startup and new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Work from home. Work for yourself. Feed America. Visit happyeggfarms.com today for more information. Happy Egg is a proud supporter of Reno County Athletics.
We're making more than just sweets at the Bakery House and Catering Company. Boxed lunches for local businesses, full-service catering for banquets and weddings, and freezer meals for family dinner. Come see us at the Bakery House, just 1 block east of 30th and Plum in Hutchinson.
The Bradbury Company in Mound Ridge is recognized as a leading global equipment supplier for products like grain. Company is a proud supporter of local schools and student athletes and wishes best of luck to all the teams.
You already know H&R Block does taxes, but you may not know you can get expert help in person or virtually, or that our tax pros average 10 years of experience, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. H&R Block in Hutchinson, Ellsworth, and Lyons.
The Anchor Inn and Anchor Away have been serving authentic Mexican food to Hutchinson and surrounding communities for over 35 years. Treat friends and family to the Anchor's legendary dishes in their large banquet room, famous buffet, and relaxed atmosphere. Open Monday through Saturday. For the same great food with the convenience of a drive-thru, visit Anchor Away in B and Adams. Like Anchor Inn and Anchor Away on Facebook for specials. Anchor Inn and Anchor Away, authentically delicious in downtown Hutchinson.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And back on the Midway Motors drive to the game, our This Day in Crusader history. Not much to go on for September the 6th over the course of the history of this team. Just 6 games played all time on September the 6th. They're 5-1. They played all 6 of those as the season opener, by the way. Most recent in 2019, they won at Newton 34-14. You go all the way back to 1974 when Larry Prater's Crusaders were the MKL champs. Won 7-6 in the season opener against Kingman. Only loss in that stretch, Christopher, was at Valley Center in 2002. I think you were gone by then, so
yes.
I won't blame that on you.
But seeing Coach Prather's name in there, if anybody's a Buhler alum, of course, later on he went on to be the head coach at Prairie Hills Middle School and coached there for many years, and was the high school golf coach at Buhler High before Coach Porter took over. So Coach Prather was a fun coach that just seeing his name brings a smile to my face.
And of course, you mentioned Coach Porter. We're going to miss seeing him around Buhler and the events. And still many years after his coaching career was over, very faithful to support the kids and the programs, and he'll be very much missed.
No doubt about it.
Well, Mulvane is the opponent tonight. The Wildcats talked about the long between these two. This is the 45th game in the series. Buhler leads the all-time series 25-19, all the way back to 1976. And I'll be honest with you, a lot is talking about the Buhler-Mac rivalry, but I love these old school rivalries that go back into the 70s. These two teams, it's always a tough game. A lot of them have been close over the years. I look at this as more of a traditional rivalry just because of the longevity and history.
Well, and too, Coach Fennell was a longtime head coach down in Mulvane forever, and still good friends with Coach Warner, and he's the athletic director still at Mulvane. And of course, Coach Myers was one of his longtime assistants. So the Mulvane program you see today is just a straight lineage from Mulvane team. So two head coaches, and two old school CTL schools that
started playing each other clear back when the Chisholm Trail League first formed.
Mulvane went 3-6 last year, their second consecutive losing season. Started 3-0, lost their last 6. They returned quarterback Myers, who threw for over 1,400 yards, and Fisher Dye had a fantastic game against us last year in the backfield. Matthew, a couple of things we always know about Mulvane. Always watch out for some trickeration, a fake punt, something crazy offensively during the game, and then they've always got athletes on offense.
Yeah, it's really one of my, as a Buhler fan, one of my favorite schools to play against is Mulvane. And I'm not sure how they do it. Year after year, they're always fast. You could tell in pregame today they are still fast. And you're right, they a program that has historically been really good at either the double reverse, the flea flicker, fake punt, onside kick. They kind of rely on a little bit of those momentum type plays to get themselves going. And I know that in talking with some of the Buhler coaches,
The Midway Motors drive to the game continues after this. Stream Crusader football on your phone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app. Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM.
Whether you want a small home remodel or need repairs done or have a brand new build project in mind, Erickson Custom Building is your choice. All of us at Erickson Custom Building would like to thank our customers for 20 years of business and friendship. Brian and the crew at Erickson have spent those years developing excellent customer service and quality leadership for all types of projects, big or small, traditional or trendy. When your project is finished, it will reflect your vision for quality and follow-through that exceeds your expectations, not your budget. Call Erickson Custom Building or find us on the web at ericksoncustombldg.com.
Have a smile you want. Come and see us today. We have time for you. Open Friday and Saturday.
Hi, I'm Dr.
All black uniforms, black tops, black pants, maroon numerals, trimmed in white tonight. All white, white tops, white pants for Mulvane. Green numerals trimmed in black. And I need a cleaners in Hutchinson. It's where to take your clothes. Let's go down to the field, midfield, as we get set. The instructions and the opening coin toss for tonight's game.
So Buhler has won the toss. They're going to defer, and they are going to defend the north end zone.
All right, so Mulvane will have the ball to start here tonight. Christopher, let's talk about some keys to the game.
All right, number 3 of the 3. I think we need to establish some efficiency and confidence in the passing game. You know, Quentin Pisano's back, leading receiver from a year ago. Mitchell McDaniel and Cash Carson look to factor into that. You know Mulvane's going to sell out to try to stop the run, so if we can get the passing game going tonight, that'll be beneficial. Number 2, containing Fisher Dye. He's who their offense is going to go through. He's their leading returning rusher from a year ago. He's a senior. Coach Werner talked all week about how he's the best player. And the number 1 key, expect the unexpected. I know we talk about it all the time, but Mulvane is going to throw some things that you weren't counting on, and you can't fall asleep out there because you never know when they're going to swing for the fences with the trick play.
Mulvane just 3 wins a year ago. Daniel Myers, the head coach in his 7th year, 24 and 32. Not related, a different spelling of Myers for quarterback Manny Myers, the 5'11 junior who threw for almost 1,500 yards, 13 touchdowns a year ago. He'll have senior Fisher Dye in the backfield and a brand new core of receivers. Their top. Miller, the junior, to kick off from the 40-yard line toward the north end zone here at Crusader South end zone here at Crusader Stadium. Welcome inside our Alan Samuels broadcast booth. Crusader football streaming online tonight at AdAstroRadio.com or download the Ad Astra Radio app powered by Next Tech Wireless. Wildcats with 2 return men back inside the 10 to get this thing underway on a Friday night, the opening night of high school football in Kansas. Here we go. Taken at the 10. It'll be a return near sideline 20. Squirting free and then hit at the 25-yard line. That's where the Wildcats are going to start first and 10. We mentioned 30% of the time when this defense was on the field last year, Christopher, the opposing team had a negative block. That's a pretty big number.
Yes, the defense expected to carry some water this year for Buhler. Cruz Hirschberger with the first tackle of the 2024 campaign.
So first quarter just away. Wildcats will have the ball from the right hash mark of the 25, going left to right from their own 25-yard line. Myers, the experienced quarterback who had a big year last year with a brand new receiving core, and And they'll put it on the ground to the first play from
Great job.
punt, don't you?
They are going to decline the penalty, I believe. I'm just telling you, you're in Buhler territory, on the road, tough environment. Watch out for some trickeration.
Yes. Well, one of the nice things, too, about declining that, it forces Mulvane to where, you know, if they're not careful, they could punt this into the end zone pretty easily.
So the penalty is declined. Down to 4:11 to go here in the first quarter. From the right hash mark, this is 4th down and 13.
And Mulvane's punter, Fisher Dye, so somebody that running fakes with him would be pretty easy.
Dye will kick it away. And it is going to bounce at the 12, down to the 10. Looks like Jeremy Gentry is going to get away from it. And Mulvane is going to pen Buhler deep in its own territory to start this next drive. Will bend but don't break. A couple of big pass plays on that last drive for Mulvane, but the Black Knights able to stand tall.
Yeah, good to see Buhler deal with a little adversity that time and still force Mulvane to punt it away. And it's now Buhler with the long field. See if they can put together a drive here to get the first score of 24.
3:58 to go in the first. Buhler will be deep in their own territory, as we mentioned, at their own 6-yard line, 1st and 10. Brendan Skripczyk under center. They'll line up in the I formation. A 2-receiver set on 1st down. Skripczyk's going to keep it, finds a hole up the middle. That is the biggest play from scrimmage Buhler's had offensively so far. And the keeper forward progress up to the 14-yard line is Brendan Skripczyk. Nice little gain up the middle on 1st down.
Yeah, Buhler ran the little counter play where the quarterback fakes one way and goes to the other and follows behind a couple linemen going downfield. And the good pickup on 1st down that makes 2nd down much more manageable.
Gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Crusaders. They stay in the I formation this time. They go with 2 tight ends. Here on 2nd down, the pitch to the edge. Room to the 20, 25. It's the 1st down. Over on the far side. And Jacob Miller was lined up in a wing to the right side that time, got the pitch out of the backfield and gets Buhler's first down of the night.
So always good to get that going, and you know, Buhler can put together a good drive here that really give the offense some confidence here against this Mulvane Wildcat defense.
Gain of 11 on the Skripczyk to Miller connection there. It'll be 1st and 10 inside 3 minutes to go. No score in the first. They'll put Paisano in motion and hand it off to Klaus, who gets ripped to the turf after a couple of tough yards. Across the 25, forward progress up to the 27 will give Ben about 2 yards. Coach Warner says to Ben Klaus, really didn't compare him to anybody. Probably gets his shoulder pad. I mean, we always talk about Sam Elliott getting really low. So he gets his shoulder pads lower than anybody's ever seen.
And that's one of those ways you talked about, getting those extra yards at the end of each run. That's how you do it, winning the pad level on each carry.
At the 27, a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8, 2 receivers left. Klaus to the right of Skripczyk out of the gun. They'll put Gazaway, the fullback, in motion. Klaus, right side across the 30. Following the lead block of Ben Gazaway, his senior fullback. And forward progress up to the 32. That's going to set up about a 3rd down and 4 here.
Well, Buhler getting a little momentum here, but pretty critical 3rd down here with that 3rd and 5 or a long 4, however you want to slice it. But pretty big down here. Be nice if Buhler could convert on 3rd down and not have to make a decision on 4th.
Cash Carson's going to check into the game at a receiver. He'll replace Gazaway, who heads to the sideline. So look for him to go spread here on 3rd down and 4 at the 32. 2 receivers left, single receiver is Paisano to the right. Skripczyk out of the gun, rolling to his left, steps up tall in the pocket, looking for Carson. Boy, the tough thing about that is he tried to throw the deep ball up top to Carson, but he had Mitchell McDaniel cutting back here in the near sideline, wide open. Would have been a 1st down.
Yeah, Mulvane really selling out against the run, going man-to-man coverage out there. And the other thing, too, with where where Cash Carson was at, he was having to look back into the sun, so always tough to make those catches when you're dealing with the sun.
So Buhler would appear will have to punt away on their 2nd possession of the night. Still no score. Who thought after last year's 90-plus points, we'd have a scoreless tie here late in the first quarter. And they will kick it away.
Great punt.
Fantastic punt is going to roll inside the Mulvane 15-yard line. That is Brendan Skripczyk, who hens the Wildcats' ears back in their own territory inside the 15-yard line. Nose of the football right at the 15. Well, it's been the defenses so far getting the job done in this first quarter.
Flat, amazing punt that time by Brendan Skripczyk. You want to talk about flipping the script on field position. Buhler was pinned on their last series. Now Mulvane inside their 20 to begin their third possession of the night.
Yeah, in a game that has struggled for offense, that may be the best play of the game so far. What a fantastic punt.
From their own 15, 1st and 10. 1:11 to go in the first and no score. Wildcats with a fumble and a punt so far in their first two possessions. Myers works out of the gun. Dye to his right. 3 wide receiver set. Dye's going to run left. They overload that left side. And forward progress across the 15. That might be Dye's biggest run, just 3 yards, but he has really struggled to gain positive yardage in that running game tonight. Gets up to the 18-yard line.
Good tackle in space made by Gazaway that time. Pretty physical tackle.
Yeah, Dye just kind of jump cut. Nick put his shoulder pad right in the middle of his chest. I don't think he was feeling too good after that one.
Down to 35 seconds now to go in the quarter. This is Manny Myers out of the gun. 4 wide receivers set. And this time has time. Now Cash Carson can't get to him, but 2 more Crusaders come in. Carson started that, and his buddies up front come in to clean it up, and a big sack of Myers back behind the 10.
Cash Carson with the bear trap tackle that time as he was on the ground but was able to just grab a hold of Manny Myers' foot, kind of stood him up, and then some of the other Crusaders were able to fly over the top and knock him down for a big, big loss, pinning Mulvane deep inside their 10.
That'll be the final play of this opening period, and it's been all defense so far here on this opening night from Crusader Stadium. No score between the Crusaders and the Wildcats, and we're set to come back in 1 minute. You're listening to Crusader Football on HKFM.
What do you look for in an insurance company? Hello, this is Brad Patton from Wade Patton Insurance. If you're looking for sound advice, dependable service, and the careful evaluation of your family's insurance needs, you should give us a call. At Wade Patton Insurance, we specialize in personal service. Your agent that evaluates and sells you your policy is the same agent that will be there answering questions and providing sage advice when you need it. So if you're looking for personal service from an accessible agent, check us out online or give us a call at 620-662-5469.
Each and every day, WIFCO Steel products are trusted to provide access and infrastructure for a wide range of purposes. For more info on what WIFCO can do for you, go to wifcosp.com. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
Neufeld's Flooring, proud supporter of Buhler High School activities. We are your experts for all your floor covering needs. Please make an appointment to visit us at 110 West 2nd, downtown Buhler, or give us a call at 620-543-2274. Go Crusaders!
95.9 HKFM.
Back here as we get set to start quarter number 2 from Crusader Stadium. Nothing. Hey, join us Monday night, our Crusader Coaches Show. Our first Coaches Show of the year will be live Monday night, 6:30 from Taco John's in Hutchinson with Coach Steve Warner. And the next week on the road at Augusta. And those Dirty Birds, always, they're tough. It's always one of those physical games. Here we go. And an incomplete pass. Looking for Hayes Inslee on 2nd and long up this near sideline right in front of the Buhler bench. Incomplete near the 35 and a big 4th down. It was actually 3rd down, so 4th down, Mulvane's going to have to punt again.
Yeah, the corner on the near side, Jared Miller in coverage for Buhler, and almost felt like that was one of those passes all these kids watched the Odell Beckham Jr. and guys trying to one-hand it. Mulvane receiver tried to do that, but just couldn't quite get there.
The Wildcat punter Fisher Nye is going to be in his own end zone here. Great field position, but a short kick for the Crusaders. Junior's going to pick it up. Gentry along the near sideline. It was a very short kick. It landed about 10 yards in front of Jeremy at the 35. He came in, scooped it up, and got some yardage on the back end of that play. And Buhler's going to have their best opportunity of the night deep in Mulvane territory.
Yeah, Junior with some attitude on that return as he just kind of pushed Hagerman as he was running him out of bounds. So every little extra yard helps in a 0-0 game.
Guys, how big does that field-changing punt look now?
Oh, man, the punt and then the Carson sack, two of the biggest plays of the night so far in a 0-0 game. From the Mulvane 26, Buhler going left to right here in quarter number 2 at the right hash mark, facing the north end zone here at Crusader Stadium. It'll be Brendan Skripczyk under center of Tanner Brown, his senior center. Out of the eye. Here's Klaus, slips through a little sliver of a hole to the right side across the 20. And upended near the 17. I say sliver of a hole because there was not much there, but Klaus slips his way free for a nice first down run.
Yeah, Manny Myers, the near side corner, ran him out of bounds. Always good to see the secondary for the other team starting to make tackles. That means you're getting to the next level.
Came forward to the 18-yard line. First down stick is at the 16, so it's a gain of 8. Biggest run of the night by Klaus. And it's going to be second down and short here. They'll stay on the ground. Ben running behind Gazaway now, cuts inside, has a first down inside the 10. It's going to be first and goal Crusaders at the 8-yard line. Great blocking by Gazaway and company, and a great run by Klaus.
Yeah, Gazaway pouring through that hole as well as Nixon Stanley was the pulling guard that time and really delivered a blow, and one of the Mulvane defenders helped spring him for the first and goal.
First and goal, and we've got Buhler's best opportunity to put some points on the board and untie the 0-0 game here with 11:22 to go in quarter number 2. They stay in the I formation. 2 tight ends here. Now a whistle blows, and we've got a timeout. I think Mulvane wants to talk this over. Wildcat coach Daniel Myers calls the timeout. Tell you what, we'll step aside as well. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Back to Buhler after this on HKFM.
1947. It was the year the McKenzie Paint and Body Shop opened for business. That's over 70 years they've been serving the mid-Kansas area with quality workmanship, excellent refinishing, paint, and restoration. McKenzie Paint and Body Shop specializes in foreign and domestic vehicles. Insurance claims are welcome, and 24-hour towing and recovery service is available. At McKenzie Paint and Body Shop, they take the dents out of accidents. Just over the bridge at 45 Kansas Avenue in South Hutchinson.
95.9 HKFM.
Back here from Crusader Stadium, Aaron West Krashenk, Matt Atherton on a perfect night for opening night of the high school football season. Mulvane using one of its first half timeouts there. First and goal, Crusaders from the 8-yard line. Coach Steve Warner in his 19th season, 155 and 51 in his 19 years here at Crusader Stadium. 275 wins overall in 40-plus seasons. Skripczyk, they'll have 2 backs, offset, Gazaway, and Klaus in the backfield. 2 tight ends, and it's Klaus trying to slip through a hole and fights his way forward to the 5-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 3. That'll bring up a second down and goal at the 5.
Well, Klaus does such a good job of following his lead blockers that time, and sometimes he gets lost in the shuffle, and that's kind of what happened that time, is he was able to get past the line of scrimmage and a few more yards, and so Buhler sitting pretty at second and goal from the 5.
Cash Carson's going to split out far side at a receiver position here.
And we're going to get single coverage across the board as Mulvane really loads the box up.
They stay with a 2 tight end set. Brady Gotti to the right, out of the I formation. And the fullback handoff. Gazaway fights his way to the goal line. There's the signal. Touchdown, Crusaders!
Nick Gazaway gets his first carry of the season, and it goes for 6 as he takes it in on the fullback dive on the left-hand side. Good to see Buhler break this deadlock with the first score of the season.
10:21 to go in the second. And a 5-yard Gazaway run. With 5 plays. Drive that started at the Mulvane 26. And now Jared Miller on for the extra point. He'll poke it through. And the Crusaders are on top. 10:21 to go in the half. 7-0 Crusaders. We're back in 60 seconds from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Hi, I'm Michael Klayman, the new branch manager of Bank of the Plains in Hutch. Are you tired of not earning a competitive interest rate on your checking account? Well, we're excited and spreading the word about our new rewards checking accounts where you can earn 5% APY. We'd like to meet with you, so please come on over to 517 East 30th in Hutch or check us out on bankoftheplains.com to learn more about how we are making banking simple. An equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jen Stallman with the Buhler Booster Club. The Booster Club supports all student activities and athletics at Buhler High School. Be sure to follow the Crusader Closet and Booster Club on Facebook for events and new Crusader apparel arrivals. We are excited to be able to accept credit card payments at our concession stands this year. Buhler Booster Club is grateful for the continued support from our generous donors.
Hi, it's Aaron West, voice of the Crusaders, and Astro Radio is a proud Buhler Booster Club member.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, back here from Crusader Stadium. As we have 10:21 to go here in this opening half tonight on opening night. And here's Jared Miller's kickoff after the 5-yard Nick Gazaway touchdown at the 11, far side. Returned up to near the 20, and a flag comes out. We haven't had much laundry so far tonight. Had a couple of flags early, but first of the second quarter there.
Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update from up K61. McPherson and Great Bend are tied at the end of one. And in CKL action, Heston leading Halstead at the end of one, 7-0 in that big Harvey County rivalry. And then up north, Lions trailing Beloit 16-0 late in the first quarter in their first game in the new league that they joined this past year.
I think the penalty is going to be on Mulvane and assessed at the end of the run on the return. And so the Wildcats, you mentioned, flipped the script. They had Buhler at one point deep in their own territory. And now the Wildcats find themselves again with their backs against their own goal line.
And it's always nice as a defense to have your opponent pinned deep, because a lot of offensive coordinators are a little less ambitious this close to the goal line because they don't want to potentially turn it over and give somebody a short field or all those throws to the flats. Every OC is always worried about a pick six, and so Buhler can kind of scratch throws to the flats off the list of things Mulvane might try here.
1st and 10 from the 9. They'll put receiver in motion. 4 receivers set. They're going to hand off up the middle to Dye. And he gets forward progress to the 11-yard line. A gain of 2 and then pushed back by that Black Knight front. 2nd and long coming up for the Wildcats as we hit the 10-minute to go mark here in the first half.
Chris, you can really see it. As long as those guys, the front 4, will be gap sound, it really frees up those Buhler linebackers to attack. And you can see that that's really what Coach Coles is trying to do up front. Let those 3 guys that have so much experience and are such good tacklers do the bulk of the heavy lifting.
2nd down and 8. Myers wants to go up top one-on-one, and it is off the fingertips. Good coverage. Off the fingertips of the intended target, Grady Myers, and excellent coverage by the Crusader secondary downfield.
Mitchell McDaniel saving Buhler's bacon right there. The corner, senior corner, doing a great job of timing the contact perfectly as he hit Grady Myers right as the ball was delivered to force the incompletion.
Boy, really no safety help on that post pattern. So if Mitchell's not able to cause some disruption to that play, it's probably 6.
And that's kind of the neat thing when you have those good guys that are experienced at corner. You can gamble a little bit more. not having that safety help.
3rd down and 8 from the 12. Myers out of the gun, die to his left, wants to go one-on-one near side and overthrows his receiver at the 50. Overthrows the intended target on the far side. That is Hunter Landis. That's going to bring up 4th down, another punting situation. Well, as a receiver, if you have outrun Mitchell McDaniel, you've
accomplished
done
something. Yeah, and that time they went right at McDaniel on the far side, different receiver, but Mitchell, good enough athlete that you're not going to wear Mr. McDaniel out.
It's really interesting to see what they're doing schematically. Trips on this side and then just attacking the one-on-one coverage. That problem is Coach Coles knows that and is putting Mitchell on that side on an island knowing he can handle it.
So Dye will punt standing in his own end zone and boots it away. Junior backs up. In Mulvane territory, he'll return the punt across the 45.
Great coverage by Grady Myers as he was right in Jeremy Gentry's face as he caught the punt. And but Gentry doing a really nice job, looking very sure-handed as a punt returner. You guys know it can be so dangerous if you got a guy that maybe isn't sure-handed back there, but Gentry doing a great job fielding those punts tonight.
Really the continuation of what he did last year. He was fantastic last year as well.
From the Mulvane 43, 1st and 10. Skripczyk under center. They go back to the eye. McDaniel, the receiver, to the near side. Single receiver up top is Paisano. Here is Klaus up the middle. Check that. That is Gazaway, the fullback, on the carry. And just powering his way forward across the 35 and up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 10.
Gazaway just burrowing his way right into the interior of the Mulvane defense. Great carry on 1st down, and Buhler with some offensive momentum here. Let's see if they can go up 2 scores.
He's a kid as a senior. Probably a lot of teams in the state, he'd be the starting tailback. 1st and 10, clock running inside, 8.5 to go. 7-0 Crusaders here in the 2nd. Prendon under center, takes it from Brown, looking to throw one-on-one on an island to the far side, and he overthrows Paisano at the 5-yard line. The ball takes Quinton out of bounds. It'll be 2nd down, and Brendan, not much luck in the passing game so far tonight. Maybe one of those where you're going to see a couple go well, kind of get some confidence.
Well, it's going to be tough to throw against Mulvane just from the standpoint of team speed. It's always hard to throw against quick defenses, and like we talked about, Mulvane with lots and lots of speed across the field.
Maybe looking for some short underneath stuff instead.
Yeah, because that time Brady Nelson, the corner on the far side, was just right there, step for step with Pisano.
Yeah, historically a part of Coach Warner's offense, that counter pass. I think that the little counter action in the backfield, little misdirection, might be able to get the fullback open on that.
2nd down and 10 from the right hash mark of the 34, going left to right. Skripczyk hands off to his talented tailback. Klaus gets the edge across the 30 and right near the 1st down stick. So quick. Give it to him. Man, what a great spot. All the way up at the 22 before he went out of bounds.
Yeah, the only thing that stopped Klaus that time was just the sideline, because he had beat a bunch of the Mulvane defenders to the edge, but Manny Myers is able to just have enough of an angle to run him out of bounds.
So Klaus runs for 11, his biggest run of the night. Sets up another 1st and 10 at the 22. Buhler trying to double up the score, and the Wildcats here leading 7-0. They'll stay in the I formation. 2 tight end set. Klaus running left, slips out of a initial tackle in the backfield and sneaks his way forward to the 20. Made something out of nothing there and got 2 yards on the play.
That's big because Buhler just wants to avoid that 3rd and long scenario here to set up a potential long field goal try. Buhler trying to keep the sticks moving.
Stay out of negative plays. 2nd down and 8. Clock continues to run. Buhler not in a hurry here. Carson, the receiver, to the near side. They stay with a 2 tight end look. Gotti, the tight end on the right, out of the I formation. They stay with Klaus. And he carries a couple of Wildcats with him across the 15. So hard to bring down, and it's interesting because he's not a big guy forward to the 12.
But he runs so physical and keeps those legs churning. 5'9", buck 60. You always teach backs to be the hammer, not the nail, and that time Klaus was the hammer.
Throughout the game, it's been Manny Myers on this end who's done such a good job. Ben that time just put his shoulder pads right into his chest, running behind his pads.
First and 10, nearing the Mulvane 10-yard line again. They'll mark it at the 11, so they can get the first down without the touchdown here. It's Klaus running left, now cuts inside and takes a Wildcat linebacker with him down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on first down.
A good run, getting inside. And the cool thing, Buhler can get a first down without scoring here. So lots of offensive options on the table for Buhler at this point with 6:43 left to go in the first half.
Reed Hackelman kind of plays that nickel in the 4-3 for the Wildcats. In on the tackle. 2nd and 5 at the 8. They're going to let this clock run down, play clock all the way in inside 5 seconds before they snap it out of the eye. It's the fullback Gazaway, met by a host of Wildcats at the line of scrimmage. Give him a yard forward to the 6 and a big 3rd down coming up right here.
So here's a good question, fellas. Are we in 4-down territory?
Well,
I think we are.
I would say yes, unless you just have some uncontrollable desire to give your kicker some experience, but I certainly think the touchdown is worth way more than the field goal here.
Really, all of this work has been done in between the tackles. You wonder if they're just kind of biding their time to get something out on the edge.
3rd and 4 at the 5. First down stick at the 1. They're going to keep it inside again with Gazaway, and he's right near the 3-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down. Well, you wanted to know what they would do on 4th down.
I tell you, I like the spot here on your side, Matt, a lot more than the spot on the west side. But
they're not more than, good golly, 20 inches short of that, of the yard to gain.
No way they're throwing here, right?
Sneak.
High formation. You go with just one tight end, 2 receivers, 1 right, 1 left. It's Carson to the near side. It is the keeper by Skripczyk.
He got in.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders.
That's one of the benefits of having a 6'3", 220-pound quarterback. He's got enough power and strength to get behind that center and just follow him to the promised land. That's exactly what it is there as he tucks it behind Tanner Brown and gets his first touchdown at 24.
Yeah, that's a great job by Tanner Brown. Just a great push from the interior of that Crusader line.
9 plays, 43 yards, and a 3-yard touchdown run by Brendan Skripczyk. And that will put Buhler up 2 scores with 4:51 here to go in the half. It is Jared Miller from the 10. Out of the hold of Max Harmony. And the kick is up, and it is good. So it is a true 2-score lead. 4:51 to go. Quarter number 2, 14-0. Buhler over Mulvane. Back after this 60-second timeout from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Donuts to the left of me, kolaches to the right, and here I am, waiting at Daylight Donuts for you. Another new school year is upon us, and when you need that quick bite on the run early in the morning, Daylight Donuts stands ready to fuel up your family and get your day started with a smile. Besides donuts, we offer savory breakfast favorites on the go, like our kolache sausage rolls, breakfast sandwiches, biscuits and gravy. Pair it with a milk, coffee, or juice, and you and your family are ready to take on the day. P.S. If you're late to work, you're required to bring donuts. I'm sorry, that's just the rule. Hutchinson Daylight Donuts, 1435 East 30th and 305 North Main.
This is Annette with Annette KF Insurance. Inflation is hitting us hard, so it's a good time to review the cost and coverage of your auto and homeowners insurance. As an independent agent, I represent Goodville Mutual and several other fine companies. Stop by Annette Epp Insurance in Hutchinson at 2500 North Main, Suite E, or call 620-662-4900.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, so far tonight, that run by Skripczyk for the 2nd score of the night. Our Happy Egg Company, excellent play of the game. Visit happyeggfarms.com to learn how you can help feed America. That is a big play on a 4th down to give you the 2-score lead.
A huge play, and yeah, hopefully Buhler now can get to the locker room with this 2-score lead.
Kick returner takes it and then stumbles to a knee. And Mulvane's going to have tough field position again. A great kick by Jared Miller, far side. And a return, guys, he was trying to turn the corner and go upfield, stumbled, and his knee goes down at the 8-yard line.
Yeah, the turf monster just jumped up and bit Hunter Landis. And Buhler with a great opportunity here. Now you could possibly get greedy and try to think, hey, let's try to get the ball back with good field position.
Yeah, you wonder if this isn't a time that you be a little aggressive with your defensive ends.
I was just thinking that, Matt. Time to pin your ears back. Watch out for Cash Carson. 1st and 10, they'll put a receiver in motion. Out of the jet action, right to left. Myers scrambling left, wants to throw, and it's almost intercepted by Brady Gotti. Great defensive play, and it was the receiver coming back, Hayes Inslee, who knocked the ball away from Gotti to save the INT.
Yeah, that time Inslee had to become the defender because they rolled Manny Myers to the left. A good move, trying to get him on the move, roll the pocket to the left, but Gotti did a great job of, once the ball went airborne, of breaking off, tried to make a play on the ball, but Inslee saved Mulvane right there.
Incomplete pass stops the clock, 4:51 to go here in the half now. 2nd and 10 from the 8. Myers out of the gun, and Dye to his left. Myers hit in the end zone, just gets rid of the football. It is incomplete at the feet of a receiver on the far side of the 8-yard line. Almost sacked in the end zone.
So close to a safety. You know, as a D lineman, that's a dream to get the safety. And Cash Carson was right there and in the process of bagging Myers, but he's able to hurl it out before he got sacked.
It's not for nothing. That's a heck of a play by Myers to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, because he looked dead to rights and just showed some upper body strength and leg strength, keeping him upright there.
Well, how fortunate was he to have a receiver in the area of where he threw that.
One thing, too, Mulvane, with these 2 incomplete passes, the clock has barely moved, so if Buhler can hold him here, they're going to have lots of time to score.
3rd down and 10, low snap. Myers takes it, scrambles, is upended at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down, a loss of a couple on the play. That all kind of broke down with a low snap that disrupted the timing of Manny Myers.
Yeah, great job that time. The submarine tackle made by Will Hainan on the far side. Clock rolling right now. It'll be around 3:45 probably when Buhler receives this punt.
It's really not a very good offensive series for Mulvane. Chris, you said it. They really needed to burn a little bit of time.
Jeremy Gentry is standing at the Mulvane 46-yard line as Fisher Dye will again punt this out of his own end zone. And he gets it away. Short kick. Junior comes up to take it at the 42, 35, 30. Stutter steps left and is gang tackled, but great field position here.
Anytime you can start a drive 7 or 8 yards outside the red zone, you're sitting pretty. And Buhler, 3:39 left to go, all 3 timeouts remaining. This is a golden opportunity for Buhler to try to get that 3-score lead going into the locker room.
They're going to start from the Mulvane 27. Fellas, the ball has not been on the other end of the field this entire second quarter. 1st and 10, Buhler up 14-0, 3:39 to go here in the half. Scrippy under center. Wants to keep it. And a defensive lineman comes around the end, tips the pass in the air, almost tipped it to himself. That was Dye. Incomplete. Little play action to the left side, and Skripczyk lucky there that Dye didn't tip it and then pick it off.
Well, that was the pass that Matt was talking about earlier, the little counter play action pass, trying to get the fullback out in the flat. But
Gazaway was there.
Yeah, but Dye, so quick, coming in from that outside linebacking spot, was able to inflict a incompletion there.
Don't you think as the season goes on, that's a thing that Brendan will pull down and get around him and then throw the pass? I think just extra reps.
2nd down and 27 at the 27, 2nd and 10. And they give it to Klaus on the ground, and he is wrapped up in the backfield for a loss of a yard. Clock will continue to run. We'll go likely under 3 minutes here. And Buhler facing about a 3rd down and 11 after the negative play by Klaus.
So Buhler desperately needing to get some positive yardage here to have a decision, because the tough thing with where Buhler's at.
Time for like maybe some type of a screenplay or something to get like a McDaniel out in space.
Yeah, they don't have to get the first down here, just got to make it a very manageable fourth down.
They go 3 wide receivers, and Skripczyk out of the gun. Klaus to his right on third down, wants to throw, looking over the middle. Now he takes off. Good coverage by the secondary of Mulvane, and I think a smart decision by Brendan Skripczyk there. Don't force a mistake. Just tuck the ball and take what you can get, and they'll face fourth down. And don't you figure with where you're at, you have the luxury of being able to go for it here?
Yeah, and that's what Buhler's doing. They're not bringing the kicking unit on unless something drastically changes here. Nose guard that time, Cooper Brown, making the stop for the Crusaders.
Tell you, even if you were going to kick it, you're going to let this play clock run all the way down, take a timeout, talk about it.
You do have the luxury here of your punter being your quarterback, so it gives you some different options to play with. And Coach Warner is going to ask for timeout here. 1:59 to go in the half. 14-0 Buhler. Let's take a 30-second break. Back after this, the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Your Crusader cheerleaders.
We're here to keep you rolling. Rod's Tire and Service.
If you're getting ready to buy or sell land, start a building project, or have a property line in question, call Alpha Land Surveys. With over 30 years of experience, you can trust Alpha Land Surveys. Call 728-0012 or go to alphalandsurveys.com.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, coming up at halftime, we'll visit with cross-country coach Curtis Morgan. His boys won another state title last year, and the Crusaders opened the season yesterday at Great Bend, and then they've got a big meet coming up next Saturday at Wamego. Andrew Epp will also have our first half stats, that and more coming up on the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report here in a minute 59. Fourth down, ball at the 27. First down, stick up at the 17. And Brendan out of the gun, steps up tall in the pocket, throws, almost an acrobatic catch to the far side at the 15, incomplete. And intended for McDaniel, good coverage over there. It'll be a turnover on downs. Mulvane's going to have a minute 56 left on the clock, deep again in their own territory.
Well, Buhler had some momentum there, but offense kind of sputtered that series. Not a positive play on that 4-down series. So now the Crusaders defense has got to try to keep Mulvane with the big goose egg up on there going into halftime.
Well, I can guarantee you, Coach Matt will grab him before half. Got to get the passing game going.
That's one of the things we talked about beforehand. Buhler, a great running team, so Mulvane going to really load things up to try to take away the run and make you beat him through the air.
First and 10 at the 27. It'll be Myers out of the gun. Dye to his left. Trips to the right. They'll throw to the single receiver high to the near side, and the receiver was hit. It went off the fingertips of Hayes Inslee up in the air. And that was Cash Carson who went diving after it and almost came up with an INT.
And Hayes Inslee really got shaken up on the play. The ball was a little bit high on the throw, so we had to go upstairs. And as a receiver, anytime you leave your feet, bad things typically happen, especially when there's multiple defenders in the area.
Boy, took a hit right to the back. I'm sure that did not feel good.
And Inslee now down at the 25. And we have an injury timeout. You've been involved in a car accident. Get the compensation you deserve. Contact Tom at Pile Law. Inslee down after that big hit. We'll step aside back after this on HKFM.
The Kansas legal team at Pile Law handles cases in McPherson County and throughout the state of Kansas. Now is the time to call for your free consultation. This is Liz Pile, and my husband Tom has over 25 years of experience in all matters relating to workers' compensation, car wrecks, and personal injury law. Tom takes the time to evaluate your options, inform you of your rights, and walks you through the complicated process of seeking compensation for your personal injuries or loss. Contact me at 620-241-9000, and I'll schedule your appointment with Tom today.
Good to see Inslee able to walk off the field under his own power after he was shaken up. Mitchell McDaniel is off the field at the moment. At cornerback, by the way, getting a little bit of a blow. And another one of those sophomores, Dylan Skripsik, takes his place in the lineup. Here's Myers, empty backfield, set out of the gun, scrambles, almost gets knocked down by Carson again in the backfield. Now a second guy comes in to wrap him up, and a loss back near the 22.
Will Haining leading the charge for the Crusaders that time. Didn't quite get him down, but a couple of his friends came to finish him off in the near flat.
Cash Carson has been unstoppable here from that two-tech in this first half.
Well, he is so tough. They talk about players having a motor, and Cash Carson, I think, runs on nuclear power because he just has no slowdown.
So Buhler takes a timeout. I think Coach thinking if they can get another stop here, they got a shot to push one in at the end of the half.
A couple of reminders, of course, a big full night of opening games of the season on the Ad Astra Sports Network. We'll have some scores coming up at halftime, but games across all of our network stations tonight. You can click on our broadcast booth page at adastraradio.com. And something new we're doing is video for some of our games this year. That's been a stressful thing this week. But we do have video going of tonight's game here at Crusader Stadium. If you go to adastraradio.com/TV, as long as they don't put the camera on us, I think we'll be okay, right?
No doubt. I think we might break some of these.
You guys have faces made for radio.
Every day, all day.
My wife made me turn around and face away from her on our wedding day at the altar. So, you know.
Well, big third down, or second down here. Or third down, excuse me.
That is 3rd and 10 coming up at the 23-yard line. $1:38 to go in this second quarter. It's been a long second quarter. Dye is going to take it on the ground. Now Mulvane, I think they've just gone to, hey, let's burn some clock here. And Coach Warner will use his final time out of the half as Dye gets back across the 25 and up to the 27. So he is back to the original line of scrimmage and a 4th down coming up. So you get the ball back, a little time left. The passing game for Brendan Skripsik has not gone how he would like it to so far tonight. Are you taking a couple of big shots, though, at the end zone?
I believe so. That's one of the reasons Coach Warner is using these timeouts is to try to get some redemption. The offense sputtered the last series out there. And one thing to keep in mind, too, to open the third quarter, Buhler's going to get the football. So if Buhler is able to get this, get a score here of any sort, that would make it a 3-score game with the chance to make it a 4-score game early in the third quarter if things go as planned.
Another thing to think about, almost every time that Brendan has dropped back to throw the ball, he's thrown to the edges. They haven't worked the middle of the field at all. Maybe one of those things where you try a deep post just to see if he is more comfortable throwing that ball.
Elsewhere around the league tonight, El Dorado and Andale. We'll see El Dorado coming up later in the year. So will we Winfield there at Arkansas City. The battle for the Cali Cup tonight. Chanute at Augusta, Coffeyville at Circle, Roseville at Clearwater. Great Bend and Mac will check in on that game at halftime. And Wellington at Collegiate. There's some big games elsewhere in 4A tonight as well, including Andover Central at Hutchinson.
We'll have a score update on that coming up at the half as well.
4th down and 10 here with 5 wide receivers, and Myers is going to quick kick it. Buhler will have nobody back to return this. Jeremy Gentry is going to go hustling after it. He'll fall on it near the 32. So I like that decision by Myers to kind of try and catch Buhler off guard a little bit and avoid any kind of a return in that kick game.
They were trying to force us to not have anybody back as they went 5 wide and got the quick kick away. So Buhler's not fantastic field position, but not terrible field position as well. Starting off at the 35-yard line with $1:25 to go, but Buhler is out of timeout. So a chance to try your 2-minute drill here.
From their own 35-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10. Buhler goes empty backfield set with 5 wide receivers, and Brendan Skripsik out of the zone, tripped right, and a flag out, movement likely somewhere along the line. That'll
So not a very auspicious start to this possession for Buhler. Hopefully the Crusaders can dial it back in and try to get something going.
I don't know that in this scenario, of course, you never want penalties, but I don't know in this scenario that 5 yards is really going to make or break anything.
Good thing clock does not start.
Still 5 receivers. Skripczyk out of the gun on 1st and 15, and Brendan's going to run it. He had one man to beat to get to the second level, and he might have got some positive yardage. But a heads-up play there as Cameron Hegeman, a linebacker, stayed home and tackled Brendan Skripczyk at the line of scrimmage at the 30, no gain.
He was the Mike linebacker, so he was spying the quarterback, and so his task was just to mirror Skripczyk. So once Skripczyk tucked and run, he was able to come up and drop him right at the line.
If he gets past the Mike, he's got some open space in the middle of the field. Second down and 15, inside 40 seconds to go here in the half, and I think the white flags have been waved. As Klaus will take it on the ground. A flag comes out at the end of that play.
And it was a late flag, maybe some sort of personal foul of some sort.
I think that's going to be on Bodie.
Then Klaus got forward to the 34-yard line before he was brought down. Almost got the penalty yardage back, and a second flag out on this series. And it too will be against the Black Knights. On the road next week at Augusta. This is not an easy schedule for this team that they've put together this year. We'll go to Great Bend in week 3. That'll be a very tough game. And then week 5, we host Wamego. So there's some tough ones first half of the year coming up.
Yeah, Great Bend had a fantastic year last year, best year they'd had in eons. And, of course, Wamego has turned into one of the powers in 4A East.
Personal foul, necessary roughness on the offense. 15 yards.
And we, of course, lost St. Thomas Aquinas this year, but we added Cape and Mount Carmel. It was a very good 5A team last year.
And with Cape and being in the West, they're a team that you'd have to see in the playoffs.
Second down and 26 here at the 19. And they'll keep it on the ground, running to the right side. Forward progress to the 25. And that likely will be the final play of the half. Well, the good news is you got a 2-score lead and you get the ball to coming out of the locker room in the second half. I don't know if there's really any bad news. I think we talked about it early in the game. You expect the offenses to be a little bit behind here early in the year just because it's you really can't simulate what you're going to face from an opposing defense. It's tough to do in practice.
Yep, offenses are always a little bit behind the first couple weeks of the football season compared to the defenses.
Guys here with Coach Warner. Coach, sure seemed like your defense was flying around making a lot of plays. Can you offer a little bit of reflection on what you saw to your defense in that first half?
The defense was amazing. Kids just flying around. We talked about the 3 quick kids that we were going to use, and without a doubt the 3 quicks are playing great, and I know our linebackers have played well. We missed a couple tackles here and there, but the pressure we're putting on their quarterback they can't handle, and they have a lot of athleticism though, so I have utmost respect for their speed. We've got to continue to stay on them, and our offense has to finish drives. We knew going into the year really our strength of our team is our defense, and that's very, very important that we continue to shut them out, because we've got to move the ball on the ground. Obviously we were able to do that by when we ran right at them, and sometimes trying to get too fancy throwing there on first down. Wide open receiver, we just didn't get it completed. So we got to have long sustained drives on our offense because our defense is doing great.
Coach, thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Good luck in the second half. Well, guys, you heard it. Really happy with the defense. Seeing the same thing we're seeing, struggling with the offense where they had a ton of success running right between the tackles.
All right, our Buhler High School Marching Band and their 2024 show Emerald is set to take the field here tonight. And we're set to send you to halftime as we'll visit coming up with head cross-country coach Curtis Morgan. 14-0 Crusaders, 2 scores, 2 running plays for touchdowns in the first half. Up 2 TDs at halftime. Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report begins next here on HKFM.
Tonight's coverage of Crusader football continues next with the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Aaron and Chris recap tonight's first half, and we'll catch up with other coaches and athletes in This Week in Crusader Sports. 95.9 HKFM.
If you need a piece of metal, or an angle for a small project, or a complete fabrication project done, call Johnson Sheet Metal or stop by 512 South Main in Hutchinson, where we have been in business for over 100 years. We stock over 60 different sheets and 70 different shapes in steel, stainless, galvanized, and aluminum. We can cut to size, bend, roll, punch, or weld.
Darn.
Johnson Sheet Metal in Hutchinson.
Hey guys, how's practice going?
Papa, I can't hit the ball over the fence yet.
Well, Easton, that fence is 300 feet away and you're only 4 years old.
How long before we can hit the ball over the fence?
Boys, it's not always about home runs, it's about teamwork and always getting better. Ray Riffing's been around for 83 years and we still believe in teamwork and working hard.
So, Papa, it's going to take 83 more years until we're good?
No, Brogan, you'll be good long before that. Just keep working hard. Most of all, have fun.
Riff the right way, the Ray way.
Dr. Travis Gillespie here from the Dental Center in Hutchinson. Thanks to your support, our practice is expanding, and we're thrilled to welcome Dr. Katie Beam to our team.
Thanks, Dr. Gillespie. I'm from McPherson, Kansas, and I'm excited to be back closer to home. I've been practicing dentistry since 2016, graduating from Creighton School of Dentistry. I've completed many hours of CAD/CAM training, and I am excited to continue this high-quality service.
You can schedule your appointment with Dr. Gillespie and now Dr. Beam at the Dental Center in Hutchinson for a healthier smile.
Hi, this is DJ of the DJ Kaufman Agency in Hutchinson. Since 1992, I've worked to find the best insurance coverage for people just like you. We can work with many top insurance companies. That gives us the flexibility to search and find competitive rates and comprehensive coverage. Interested in finding your customized policy? Come see us at 15 East 30th in Hutchinson. Easier yet, call or click today. The DJ Kaufman Agency at 669-0410 or djkaufmaninsurance.com, where you'll find uncommon options with practical, proactive service.
Well, back here on the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report, our This Week in Crusader Sports, as we preview Crusader cross country for the fall with head coach Curtis Morgan. Coach, thanks for some time.
Hey, always good to be on with you, Aaron.
I say preview, but you guys actually got the season started yesterday with a big meet up in Great Bend, and always one of my favorite meets because they're such a wide variety of schools from little 1As to big 6As. You've got everybody out there on the same course.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. In fact, the meet grew this year. Last year, or the years past, it's only been about 10 to 12 teams, and this year they lined up 25 teams, which was really good. I think it's really good for us to be in a big meet like that. Like you said, there's a nice range of schools from 1A all the way up to 6A, and competitive schools at that. A lot of teams we won't see the rest of the year, but have really good competitors. So I think it makes us better and kind of shows us where we're at when we start the season.
And it's kind of fun, too, because you get to take all of your kids 7th grade on up, so they all get to get that experience together.
Yeah, absolutely. Our high school, they run in the morning, and our middle school comes a little later, but our high school kids just enjoy being able to cheer on those middle school kids, and I think our middle school kids love having the crowd there to just kind of cheer them on, and I think that's great for those middle school kids to get that in their first meet of the season, kind of get the butterflies out, so to speak. So
always find an interesting perspectives when it comes to a sport like cross country. Glass half full versus glass half empty. You can ask one person, "Hey, how'd it go?" "Oh, it's the first. It was okay." And then other people are like, "Wow, I really feel good about it." So it's kind of all over the map.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's course to course, and that's day to day. I mean, the human body works different in everybody a little bit too. So some are built for some trail runs, like more of what we had yesterday, and some are built for the big cross-country courses like what we'll have next weekend. But, everybody has their good days and everybody has their down days. And sometimes you don't get them all in the same day. But, it is an interesting sport and an interesting perspective, to say the least, when you go into it and, a lot of your kids performed well, but there were still some that, said, hey, I probably had a little more, I could have done a little better, or it just wasn't my day, something like that. So it keeps me on my toes as a coach. I'll say that.
Well, preview of your high school kids, Coach. A very successful year last year with both teams competing well into the postseason. Of course, your guys winning another state title, so I'm sure both your girls and guys back with a lot of expectation this year.
For sure, and it's what have been our goals in the past have almost become our expectations now as a program, and it's no different on our guys' side. What we want to accomplish this year is to be the state champion and back up what we did last year. We kind of have to reload a little bit this year, as we lost 5 of our top 8 guys. But we have some young kids that have came in. We got some upperclassmen kids that are stepping up to be in those roles and are just going to give it their best day in and day out, and we'll see what happens. I think we're going to be one of those top teams competing again for that championship. But again, you got to stay healthy through the year and make sure that the workouts kind of go with that. And on our girls' side, last year they finished 4th, and the girls have a goal as a team this year is to finish higher than that. And we have some influx of youth. We lost 3 solid seniors last year, and we have some influx of youth, some freshmen that are coming in, and they ran outstanding yesterday, and their goal is to be on the podium at the end of the year. And all indications are from yesterday that we're going to challenge for that.
Yeah, one of the few sports where freshmen have the opportunity to do that too.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's all black and white. It's times. How fast can you get from the start line to the finish line? As they say, the stopwatch doesn't lie. So there's not a whole lot of decision making, as far as that goes. Who's your top 7 week in and week out? You just kind of look at the stopwatch and go. But everybody has the same opportunity to run the same course every week, and so everybody has the same opportunity to go for those top 7 spots.
It seemed like your sport in particular too, really hard to just jump in at the start of the season and have a good year. You've really got to put in that time and effort over the summer to kind of get yourself ready.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a saying that says summer miles make October smiles, which the state meets usually in October. This year it's November 1st, so I guess November smiles this year. But it's really important that we get that mileage base during the summer, so that you come into the season prepared and ready to put in work as far as tempo and speed work goes, just to kind of put the whole puzzle together. But yeah, you gotta build a good base during the summer. It's hard for anybody just to day one step in and, hey, here we go, and expect to be up at the top of the list. It's going to take time, and so June, July, and August are very, very important.
Man, I would encourage anybody who's never been to a cross-country race to come. And, you might think, well, running, that's kind of boring. But as a matter of fact, it's quite challenging, especially given some of the conditions, different courses, different terrains that kids are running on. And then, of course, as spectators, you get to participate as well. So that's always a nice little twist.
Yeah, for sure. It's not a sit in the bleachers and watch the game type situation. You got to wear your running shoes or your tennis shoes or something. You can't just wear flip-flops to a cross-country meet, because you're going to be almost as active as the athletes are running around. But, and every week's a little different from what we see from course to course and challenge to challenge. But, like you said, I'd challenge everybody to come out and watch a meet. Our home meet, high school meet, is the 19th of September out at Evergy cross-country course, which is across in the middle school. So come out that evening and watch. I think we've got about 18 teams coming this year, 18 schools, and highly competitive, and it's just a great atmosphere. And it's hard to explain somebody what it's like until you've actually been there.
Mentioned, of course, we got Wamego coming up next week, and of course that's a little bit of a preview of the postseason for you guys, and it'll be a good opportunity to kind of gauge where you're at early in the year.
Yeah, it's a good litmus test for us. The way we kind of train, we're obviously aiming to peak at the end of the season, but just to be able to get on the course and at Wamego and get a good understanding for what it's going to be like, so it's not big and scary later on when it's the state meet and we haven't been on it. So I feel like Wamego is kind of our second home. We've raced on it so many times over the years that our kids, they've kind of adopted it as our second home, whether they like it or not. It kind of is, but we want to have as much advantage as we can going into that meet and as much knowledge as we can for the postseason. So it'll be a good litmus test for us. Some good solid teams there. We're going to find out, what we're made of early on in the season, and that's okay. But we hope to be back there later on.
Absolutely. Wish you guys the best of success. Look forward to seeing what the kids can put together, and a good start yesterday, and hopefully good things to come, Coach.
Absolutely. I thank you, Aaron.
All right, it's Coach Curtis Morgan with us here at halftime. Crusader Cross Country. We're back with more right after this.
More of the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report is coming up after this. Find exclusive stories highlighting Crusader athletics at AdAstraRadio.com. 95.9 HKFM. The Buhler Crusaders play here.
Even trying to enjoy a fun event can be difficult after the loss of a loved one. Unanswered questions, feelings of stress and grief are only natural. As the owner and director of Inman Funeral Home, I bring over 25 years of experience bringing comfort and empathy during time of loss. Rely on me to guide you through all aspects of planning a funeral service with compassion, dignity, and respect. I'm Athena Johnson with Inman Funeral Home. Find me at inmanfh.com.
Sunflower Electric Supply in Hutchinson has been a family-owned and operated business since 1950 and a fourth-generation company. In today's world, that's unheard of. Keep your dollars in your community and choose us over the national chains. We have a large selection of Milwaukee, Klein, and Greenlee hand and power tools in stock. Our knowledgeable staff has years of electrical experience, unlike what you'll find at the big stores, someone just filling in from the lawn and garden department. Visit us in Hutchinson, Great Bend, or Liberal today.
Ocelots, eagles, and otters, oh my! Come see all the animals at the Hutchinson Zoo. Ride the train, visit the gift shop, or even host a birthday party. The Hutchinson Zoo creates experiences for children and families to learn, engage, and conserve the natural world. Plan your visit today by checking out hutchinsonzoo.org and follow Hutchinson Zoo on social media, located in Cary Park.
Looking for something to do? Check out the Hutchinson Zoo.
Nearly all banks offer online banking and a user-friendly banking app. How would you like those same modern conveniences from a locally owned bank? Hi, this is Serena with Prairie Bank of Kansas. At Prairie Bank, we have local tech support at our locations, and we actually answer the phone right here. Stop by and see us at our Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson branches today, or check us out at prairiebankks.com. Member FDIC. Prairie Bank of Kansas. How banking should be.
In 1975, Louis Hebert converted Sinclair Service Station to the Medicine Shop at the corner of 14th and Main. Nearly half a century later, the Hutch Medicine Shop is the only independent drugstore that remains in Hutchinson. Remember Cog Hill Drugstore, Key Health Mart, and Self-Service Drug? The Medicine Shop is proud to carry the torch for those local drugstores of the past. Thank you for caring for local businesses like the Hutchinson Medicine Shop. With your support, the Hutch Med Shop will continue to thrive.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And back here on our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report, 14-0. 2 second quarter rushing touchdowns for the Crusaders. And the first half tonight, a 5-yard run by Nick Gazaway with 10:21 to go in the second. Then Skripsik with the quarterback keeper, 3 yards on a fourth down play. 4:51 to go, 14-0 at the half. And look at some first half stats. Mr. Epp, it's good to have you back, buddy.
Hey, it's that time of year again. I love it. And I'm happy to be back again. So we got 14-0 Buhler at the end of the first half. Total yards, Crusaders doubling up Mulvane, 82 to just 43. First half total yards for the Wildcats. For passing, Manny Myers for Mulvane, 2 for 9 for 45 yards. Hayes Inslee with 31 of those, and Grady Myers with the other 14. Brendan Skripsik just 1 for 7 through the air for 13 yards. That pass was to Jacob Miller. Turnovers just 1. That was a fumble by Mulvane in the first half. As for rushing, the Wildcats -2 rushing yards in the first half on 14 attempts. Fisher Dye, number 24, 9 attempts for just 3 yards with a long of 4. Manny Myers, 5 attempts, -5 for a long of 3. The Crusaders had a little bit more success on the ground than they did through the air. 20 attempts for 69 yards. 50 of those came from Ben Klaus on 12 attempts with a long of 11. Nick Gazaway and Brendan Skripsik both had touchdowns in the first half. and 19 yards on 4 attempts for the fullback, Gazaway, and 10 yards on 4 attempts for Brendan Skripsick. First downs, Buhler with 5, Mulvane just 2. Defensively, Crusaders Cash Carson, 2 sacks and 3 quarterback hurries on 4 tackles. Will Hainan, a touchdown-saving tackle in the first half, 7 tackles in the pass breakup. Brady Gotti had the fumble recovery. Jackson Pratt and Nick Gazaway both had 4 tackles as well. Third down conversions, Mulvane started off 2 for 3, but 0 of 5 since then. Buhler 0 for 4 on third downs. Penalties 1 for 10 for Mulvane. Buhler 3 for 20. Also, we don't have starting field position in our books over there, but I would love to see what the numbers are on that, because it seemed like after that 61-yard punt from Brendan Skripsick in the first half, Mulvane could just never get the ball on the Crusaders side of the field. Also, we have to give a little bit of credit to Jared Miller for deep kicks and good kick coverage after that that one that got caught sliding and Mulvane had to start at their own 10 or so.
Yeah, special teams really helping out. Andrew, thank you. We'll talk to you after the game, get some final stats. We're back in 60 seconds. Second half kickoff next on HKFM.
This is Darren Eddy with Ag 360 Insurance in Inman. For years, we've been known for our great service with our ag customers. But did you know we can handle your family or small business insurance needs as well? We would love an opportunity to sit down and visit with you about what we can do for you. As an independent agency, we can shop different coverage options for you. Stop by our office on Old K61 in Inman or give Cody Moores or myself a call today at 620-585-2128 or check us out online at ag360insurance.com.
When it comes to protecting your family, having ease of mind that your personal property and belongings are properly insured are priceless. Hi, this is Jackie Schmidt with Pro Value Insurance. Our team is here to help ensure all your personal insurance needs are met for home, auto, life, and many things in between. Call us today at 800-362-2104 and let us help you find the right coverage that matches your needs. Pro Value Insurance is proud to represent several insurance companies, including Nationwide Insurance.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, back here to Crusader Stadium, ready for second half action. Buhler and Mulvane, 45th meeting in the all-time series. And Buhler leading 14-0 as the Crusaders will have the ball to start the second half. This will be Mulvane's first kickoff in the game. It's Gunnar Uhrig, 5'8", 170, a junior wearing 0. It's an unusual football number.
Usually reserved for mascots.
And he punches it away from the 40. It'll be taken back behind the 15, returnable right side, some room, 35-40, and a good, solid return.
Fantastic return for Buhler. Tackle that time made by Ethan Everhart of Mulvane.
And so some good field position for the Crusaders.
Well, they always say that first drive of the second half really is a chance. You had a chance to have some chalk talk in the locker room, see what Mulvane, how they're lining up. So let's see how this Buhler offense reacts after a half of tape.
That was Carter Jones, by the way, on the return. High formation, they go to the fullback on first down. It's Gazaway, the inside handoff. From their own 39, they'll get a yard. We'll be generous and give them 2 to the 41. Second down.
Nick Gazaway, of course, scoring the first touchdown of the season for Buhler tonight. So about his third or fourth carry of the evening. So good to see him getting involved in that running game. A senior that's spent a lot of time in the weight room.
Second down and 8. Clock running, 11:24 to go in the third. Buhler up 14-0. Streaming online at AstroRadio.com and the at Astro Radio app. Also video tonight as they hand it off to Klaus. Klaus running left side, breaks out of a tackle. Great second effort by Ben. Across the 45 near the first down stick. He's going to be about a yard, maybe half a yard. Nope. Boy, the initial spot didn't look great, but they adjusted. First down at the 49 nearing midfield.
Move those sticks. Good to see Buhler convert, get a first down, and let's see if we can put together a drive here.
Our live video tonight online at astroradio.com/TV or on the Astra Radio app. 1st and 10 after the 8-yard gain by Ben Klaus out of the eye. They line up in the 2 tight end set here on 1st down. Ben straight ahead. Most of Buhler's success tonight offensively as they get into Mulvane territory, across the 50 out of the 48. Most of their success, Christopher's been right between the tackles.
Yeah, Buhler doing a good job of just running, and Coach Warner very patient offensively, willing to just chip away, because with the rushing team, it always begins with being able to run it in the interior, and that's what opens up the edges.
They stay with 2 tight ends on 2nd down and 6. And they stay with Ben Klaus. He's got the edge at the 45. One man to beat, and a great tackle, saving a big run for the Mulvane Wildcats. Great tackle by Brady Nelson on this near side. Klaus goes down a yard shy of the 1st down at the 43.
Yeah, that time, big hole that time for Klaus, as one of the pulling linemen was able to bury the defensive end on the near side. And it's always good to start seeing D-backs making tackles in space, because that means Buhler's getting to that 2nd level.
Defensive backs do not want to make tackles.
No. Look at how many people Mulvane has right on the line of scrimmage here.
3rd and about a yard and a half here. Out of the I formation, they're going to pitch right. He's got it. Nice block on the edge. Klaus at the 30 and edges to the corner, out of bounds inside the 25. And again, just great job on the far side edge, blocking and making a big gaping hole over there for Ben Klaus.
Well, the more Mulvane starts just really loading up the line of scrimmage, the more it opens up big plays for Buhler, because if you get past that initial charge, that time they had 9 players virtually on the line of scrimmage. Klaus able to get to the corner and pick up the 1st down, and Buhler's knocking on the door of the red zone.
There's a lot of one-on-ones in the 2nd level from the 25, 1st and 10. Nice run by Ben. Receiver left I formation, 2 tights up the middle. And it's going to be the fullback who gets the carry on 1st down across the 25 to the 24-yard line. That's a gain of 1. A lot of other halftime scores coming in that we can tell you about. Ottawa leading Atchison in 4A 21-7. May South over Newton 42-6. Derby all over Hayes in 6A 33-7 at the half. Wamego leading Concordia 21-0. The defending 4A champs out of the western side. 2nd down and 9 at the 24. It's going to be a keeper. The option play here by Skripczyk, getting to the left side and forward up to the 22, and a flag comes out on the opposite side of the field of the play after the whistle is blown. Gain of just 2 by Skripczyk. Our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard, Haven at the half leading Hillsboro 28-7 of the Wildcats for real this year. 6-man, Cunningham 50, South Barber 6. A sideline warning, is that what I heard on the Wildcats?
Correct. Not a penalty, just a warning.
Conway Springs blanking Nickerson in the 1st half, 30-0. Andale 60, El Dorado 0. Yeesh. Baseball score in Inman, the Teutons lead the Trinity Catholic 2-0 at the half. Great Bend at halftime with a 1-score lead over McPherson, 14-6. Halftime Goddard 7, Mays 3. Andover leads Capon at the half, 14-7. 3rd down and 7 here from the 22. They'll tuck it in with the 2 tights. And Klaus got hit in the backfield. Mulvane right there to stop it. And a 4th down decision coming up for Coach Warner. Forward progress stopped for no gain at the 22, and it's 4th down.
And with where the ball sits, you'd be looking at, what, a 37, 38-yard field goal, so a pretty dicey proposition. Buhler comes to the line of scrimmage, going to try to go for it here.
If Jeff Neal was still on the field, I would say he could make that, but he is not. Have not attempted a pass on this drive. 4th down and 7. Play action. Skripczyk dumps it short They tried to get Gazaway out in space at the 20, incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs, and so Brendan Skripczyk now. It's really a tough first half for both quarterbacks. Skripczyk 1 of 8 now in the game. Myers only 1 completion better at 2 for 9. So it has been a tough night for the QB position.
Yeah, neither side really able to establish much of a throwing game, and a lot of that credit, both teams' D-lines doing a good job getting pressure, and both secondaries, lots of speed out there. There haven't been very many open receivers.
7:26 now to go in the third quarter. Mulvane will take over from their own 22, trailing Buhler 14-0. Empty backfield, 5 receivers. Myers wants to get rid of it quickly. Throws in the flat, far side, has a receiver. And across the 30, up to the 32-yard line. That is Inslee. Good to see him back on the field. And it'll move the sticks to first down on the first play from scrimmage here in the second half for Mulvane up to the 32. Gain of 10.
So now Mulvane trying to seize some momentum in this game. See if the Black Knights can get the ball back or get a stop.
7 minutes to go in the third. They stay with the empty backfield. Throw, it's Dye here near side. He was lined up in the slot on the right. And he has a first down. So Mulvane trying to spread this Black Knight defense out. The Black Knights got so much penetration to the backfield in the first half. Spread them out, get rid of it quickly. Another completion up to the 43 and moves the sticks again with a gain of 11.
Well, Mulvane's success that they're having throwing the football, they're trying to go quick routes, and that's one of the reasons probably is because Buhler doing such a good job of getting penetration.
You want to move those linebackers away from the ball, right?
First and 10 at the 44. Myers scrambling now, steps up in the pocket. He's going to be taken down. Mulvane's offensive line could not handle the penetration that time as that play broke down quickly for Myers, who is sacked back behind the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a loss of 5 on the play and brings up second down and long.
Quarterback sacked by Cash Carson, and so now Mulvane with a second and long scenario.
Cash Carson has been fantastic tonight at the 2-tech. Cruz Hirschberger is now in at one of those defensive end positions up front. We haven't talked much about him tonight. He's been part of that group that's been getting pressure on the quarterback. Myers under duress again, throws upfield, boom, hit as he caught it near the 50.
Oh.
And are they going to throw a flag?
Rats.
Cameron Hagerman caught the ball, but he paid for it. He caught it at midfield and got slammed to the turf. And did a flag come out?
Yeah, flag came out. Maybe a Buhler player said something or a Mulvane player said something.
I don't think it was on the hit. I think it was on the trash talking after the hit.
Who made the hit?
It was Jeremy Gentry.
Hagerman's going to remember that when he wakes up in the morning.
Yeah, Gentry arrived and with bad intentions and perfectly timed. A very clean shot. That's why I kind of groaned, was just because, like you said, it has to be somebody saying some magic words after the play.
We've got some hitters. It might be some hitters on this team. Might be a good opportune time to resurrect the truck of the game.
No doubt. That's what I was just thinking about.
Is there anything that irks a coach more than a call like that, where you make a great play and then somebody in just a moment of not focusing says something dumb that they shouldn't say?
Oh, it's incredibly frustrating because you make a big play that gets your sideline and your teammates all jacked up, and then having that wiped out by not keeping your composure. It's always frustrating.
Mulvane will move forward to the Buhler 36 here, going left to right in the third quarter. Down to 5:37 to go. As still a 14-0 score. Both of Buhler's scores in the second quarter tonight. Myers out of the gun. They'll put Dye on his right hip. 2 receivers right, 2 left. And a low snap. Myers has to pick it up off the turf, and that's going to be a play for no gain. Myers did a great job just to get back to the line of scrimmage there, and somehow even gained a yard to the 35. He had a low snap that got him sacked in the first half and able to escape for a yard there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
That was either a called quarterback draw or Myers was just like, man, I had to field that grounder, I better just try to get what I can get, because he basically just, as soon as he fielded the snap, just took off upfield. Got a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Mid-third quarter, Great Bend pulling away from McPherson 28-6.
See Great Bend a week after next. Out of the gun, Myers wants to throw quickly again. Receiver caught near the line of scrimmage. And picks up 3 or 4, then pushed back at the 20, I think at the 32-yard line. That is Caleb Bohr, one of the new core of receivers. Top 4 receivers. 4 targets for Myers from last year gone.
And Mulvane having some players. They sent a young man to KU a few years ago, also sent a skilled position player up north to one of the Dakotas as well.
So 3rd down and 4. Put a receiver in motion right to left. Play action, rolling to his right. Myers steps up and overthrows the target. Cameron Hagerman, the tight end, was the target. And Hagerman was going to get hit hard if he catches that. Myers just put a little bit too much touch on it.
Yeah, Brady Gotti was in hot pursuit right there on top of the intended target. And Myers that time just kind of airmailed it over the intended target and sets up a 4th and 5. And Mulvane looking to go for it here.
Now, if you're going to say phrases like hot pursuit, you got to do it like Roscoe P. Coltrane. Do the coo-coo-coo. 4th and 4, big play here in this game. Wildcats go for it over the middle. It is caught, but is it short of the sticks or not?
That's good. That's good for a first down.
Yep.
At the 25, caught, first down. Wildcats on a 4th down.
This near side official had a good spot. That's the right spot.
On 3rd down tonight, Mulvane now 2 of 9 in the game. Buhler is 0 for 3 on 3rd down plays. Wildcats move the sticks though on 4th down. It'll be 1st and 10. Deepest Mulvane has had the ball in Buhler territory tonight. Early in the game, they did have it across midfield, but had to punt. Myers to throw out of the gun. This has been all throwing on this drive, and he overthrows an open receiver in the end zone. Hunter Landis, the intended target, and Myers overthrew him incomplete.
It's a good thing that Myers overthrew him that time, as Landis got the steps that time on the DB near side. I think it was Mitchell McDaniel in coverage, but Myers couldn't quite dial it in, so good break for the Crusaders.
It was a little double move, a little slant and go, a slow go route, and it crossed Mitchell up just a little bit.
Well, they have pretty much abandoned the run on this series. Started at their own 22, now to Buhler 25, 2nd and 10. Myers steps up, scrambles over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Grady Myers. And another big 3rd down, but I think Mulvane has set the precedent that this is 4-down territory for them. They have 2 more downs to pick up that 10 yards.
And that really opens up the playbook for what Mulvane can do here, because they know they don't have to get it all right on this one fell swoop.
I don't know that. Yeah, they have not handed the ball off. They have once in this drive. Myers did have 1 scramble for a couple of yards back on the other side of the field. Under pressure again, he's just going to have to heave it. Incomplete, diving receiver out of bounds at the 5. And here we go, 4th down yet again.
Great test of the Buhler secondary this series, like you said, with them just completely putting the run in the back room and forgetting about it and just going all out for the passing game. See if the Black Knight defense can get 1 more stop.
2 teams are now combined 2 for 13 on 3rd down tonight. Mulvane converted a previous 4th down. We've got a timeout of the field here. 3:60 to go in the 3rd. 14-0 Buhler. Let's take 30 seconds back after this. The Alan Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Changed in the past 60-plus years, but Dick's Phillips 66 has been there through it all to keep you on the road. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station on East 4th and Hutch. Every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
At Hutchinson Community College, our online education department enables you to take classes anytime from anywhere. Flexible, affordable, and designed to fit your schedule. HutchCC's online education could be the answer for you. Email info@hutchcc.edu.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, previously on this drive, Mulvane converted on a 4th down. This is a big 4th down and 10 here. They have not run the ball since they got it with 7:26 on the clock of their own 22. They've used up approximately 4 minutes.
Be wary of a screen here.
Myers is going to work out of the gun with a receiver in motion. Throws over the middle. There is that little short pass over the middle. Fisher Dye with the catch. At about 2 yards short of the first down, we got a turnover on downs.
And that's exactly what Mulvane went to, that center screen. When you have a defense like Buhler that's just pinning their ears back and bringing the heat, a way you can try to negate it is running a screen pass. And Mulvane tried to run it, but the Black Knight defense bent but didn't break, and they stopped the Mulvane receiver, Fisher Dye, short for the line to gain. And so let's see if Buhler, a little momentum there, getting to the stop against Mulvane. Let's see if they can put it into this offensive series.
Well, the Crusaders with a turnover on downs in their only other series so far in the half. They're going to have to work deep out of their own territory at their 17. It'll be 1st and 10. Skripczyk under center. Single back behind him is Klaus. Fake. Here is Skripczyk with a keep around the left side across the 20.
Good run there by Skripczyk around the left end and
all the way up to the 24-yard line.
Matt and Aaron, how important would it be for Buhler to get a 3-score lead? Even though Buhler's had the lead this entire game, Mulvane dangerously close to scoring that last possession, making it a 1-score game.
Would feel like an eternity.
It would. 3 scores, I think, feels big tonight.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like there's any way Mulvane could score 3 times on the Buhler defense.
There you go, the bunch formation, 3 receivers right. Here on 2nd down and 3. Skripczyk will take the snap and hand it off to his tailback. What a spin by Klaus. Breaks out of 1 tackle, has the first down across the 30. A tough run by this junior tailback. He arrived last year and is picked up right where he left off. First down at the 33-yard line. Move the sticks.
Yeah, Buhler not gone with a double look or double wing look, I don't believe, at any point tonight until that play right there. And good hard run by Klaus. Mulvane maybe got away with a face mask right at the end of that play.
1st and 10. Buhler going right to left from the left hash mark. Klaus between the tackles again. And picks up a yard forward to the 34. It'll be 2nd down from there. Chiefs won last night on a rare way to end the game with a guy had a toe out of bounds in the end zone. But I will say this, Xavier Worthy looks like the real deal.
Yep, I remember seeing him playing for Texas last year. He did some damage to K-State, so good to see him for the Chiefs this year, not down at Texas anymore.
2nd and 9 at the 34. There's a little play action. Option play is Skripczyk's going to tuck and keep around the left side. And close to a first down at the 42.
Well, as Mulvane really selling out to try to stop Ben Klaus, it's opening up some of the other runners, and Skripczyk's had 2 nice runs on this drive right here.
Boy, we see it so often at the college level. You get a quarterback that can effectively run the ball. It just opens up so much more opportunities in your offense.
No doubt.
2nd down and 9. College game has gone to so much motion. It seems like anymore there is motion offensively, like on every play. Here's a handoff. It's Klaus, bursts through the hole, of first down across the 50.
Great run by Ben Klaus, and guys, he is getting oh so close.
Stronger and stronger.
Yep, so close to breaking the big one.
Fantastic trap block by John Aldrich. The right side guard came through, just did a fantastic job sealing off the defender.
Up to the 46 in the Wildcat territory, 1st and 10.
Good to see John Aldrich out there, such a nice kid. I've gotten to know him. He's in the 4-H club with my kids, and fun to see that kid on a Friday night.
First down, Klaus gets tripped up in the backfield early this time. Left side for no gain. These Mulvane Wildcats, the first of two Wildcat opponents this year. We'll see El Dorado. We get to go to the house that Butler built coming up in October. Second down and 10.
Well, Buhler's offense finally kind of getting in some rhythm this drive.
And that brings us to the end of the third quarter.
End of the third. 12 minutes to go and a 14-0 lead. Buhler clinging to those two first half touchdowns. We're back after this, the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Gust. My team and I at Gust Orthodontics would like to wish all the athletes the best of luck as they compete this season. If you or a loved one are in need of orthodontic care, please give one of our offices in Hutchinson, Newton, or McPherson a call to set up a complimentary consultation. We will take the time to answer all of your questions and address each of your concerns so you feel confident and excited to begin your orthodontic journey with us at Gust Orthodontics. We always provide beautiful smiles, exceptional care.
Hi, I'm Melanie Block. First National Bank is here to help your business by offering a variety of services to manage and improve your cash flow. Our business banking team is a trusted partner in the community, here to provide solutions to the challenges your business faces so you can achieve all your business goals. From small to large businesses, we have the knowledge and power to help you succeed. First National Bank of Hutchinson, always first for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
95.9 HKFM.
Final 12 minutes here. Buhler facing a second down and 10 in Mulvane territory at the 46. I formation. Single receivers either side. They're going to pitch it right to Klaus. And Mulvane is right there. That should draw a flag. Tackled Klaus high. Ben wants a flag. He's not going to get it. Tackled back behind the 50. Well, they didn't get him up around the shoulder pads. It was close.
They had a handle or grab of the jersey, but he wasn't inside the jersey rim himself, so it really wasn't a horse collar. He just kind of grabbed it, a fistful of the back of the jersey.
Now, see, your job is to help me lobby. That's what you're supposed to do.
Third and 15.
Well, now a big third down.
Those negative plays get you behind. 3rd and 14 back at the Mulvane 49 after the big loss. Skripczyk, they bring the house. Brendan caught! Cash Carson inside the 10. 1st and goal.
We talked about it earlier, Aaron, that we'd primarily thrown on the edges. That time they send Carson right up the seam on a skinny post. He's able to beat the defender deep and able to get underneath the football and haul it in for a 1st and goal. What a catch and throw made from Skripczyk to Carson.
51 yards over the middle. Carson uses his speed and makes a great catch at the end and lays out at the 10. It's 1st and goal. Wow.
The most explosive offensive play of the entire night right there for Buhler.
Out of the I formation. And Skripczyk runs the option to the left. As he fakes the toss to his fullback and gets 2 yards to the 8. It'll be 2nd and goal from there. Is that, boy, that has to feel so good if you're Brendan Skripczyk.
Yep, completing the first big pass of the year, first big pass of the night. And
got an injured Wildcat down here. Injury timeouts this year brought to you by
both a Wildcat and a Crusader.
Tom and the staff at Pile Law. You or someone you know has been injured in an accident or at work, get the compensation you deserve. And injury timeout. The Wildcats down near the 10. We have a Crusader down near the 5. We'll step aside. Back after this on HKFM.
The experienced team at Pile Law is located at 705 West Kansas Avenue in McPherson and is ready to assist you with every aspect of your personal injury case. Tom and his staff have over 25 years of experience and work diligently to fight for the compensation you deserve. If you've been hurt at work or in a car or motorcycle wreck, call 620-241-9000 for a free consultation today. Evening and weekend appointments are available. Visit pilelaw.legal to find more information and rest assured you're moving in the right direction.
believe that's Nick Gazaway who was the injured Crusader. Matt, it looked like maybe just some cramping.
Yeah, I think just some calf cramps.
Those are not be uncommon the first week or two of the season.
Honestly, there have been way less than normal with the cooler temperatures.
Yeah, isn't this got to be one of the nicest nights for the opening of a season you guys have ever experienced?
Without a doubt.
2nd and goal at the 9 after the gain of 1 of the keeper by Skripczyk on that last play, down to 10:21 to go in the game. Here is Klaus running right. He's got a hole and walks himself into the end zone for his first touchdown of the season. Touchdown, Crusaders. And for Ben Klaus' career rushing touchdown. Come on, Aaron. Had it right there. It's number 20.
Yep, number 20, and great downfield block being applied there by Quentin Pisano as he completely blew that corner on the near side into next week. But first touchdown of the year for Klaus. We'll see if he can double that figure. 20 TDs coming into this year, and see if he can put up 20 this year.
And Jerry Miller will come on for the 3rd time tonight to attempt an extra point. Hold is down, kick is up and good. And Buhler does have that 3-score lead that we talked about. 21-0, 10:13 to go in the game. From the Alan Samuels broadcast booth, we're back in a minute on HKFM.
Cupcakes, cookies, cake, oh my. Holly here with Holly Sweet Treats. Come down to my shop at 205 South Main in Hutchinson for sweet treats and fun last-minute gifts. We also offer daily lunch specials, sandwiches, salads, and fresh baked bread. Call us at 888-YUM.
Hey fans, this is Rachel Nelson. It's game time and I Need a Cleaners can help you look like a winner. Spend your valuable time prepping for the game, not doing laundry. Keep your knit polos and khaki pants looking great. For the winning look, stop by I Need a Cleaners, 13th and Main in Hutchinson.
At People's Bank and Trust, we look forward to helping you through the many stages of life. From your first checking account to your retirement account, we've helped generations of families buy their first home, finance their vehicles, and plan for the future. People's Bank and Trust delivers safe, sound, and reliable banking. Let us put our experience to work for you and your family. If you're looking for more from your bank, we invite you to see the People's Difference. People's Bank and Trust. Relationships matter. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
95.9 HKFM.
We talked about the Chiefs winning last night. Royals up on Minnesota, top 7 in KC, 4-0. A crucial series in this final month of the season with the Royals right now in the playoffs. Kickoff and return to the 20 by Mulvane. Wildcats have been shut out of the end zone tonight. They've twice had the ball in Buhler territory. Last time they got it near the red zone, Christopher, and couldn't convert on a 4th down. Again, it's that bend but not break, and the Black Knights have kept it together so far tonight.
Anytime you got a shutout going, it's a good thing. Carter Jones, the senior, in on the special teams tackle for Buhler.
Mulvane will have the ball. 10:08 to go in quarter number 4. From their own 25, and they'll go right back to the air. They did not run the ball on that last series. And caught far side up against the sideline near the 30.
And with Mulvane being down 3 scores in the 4th quarter, be prepared for them to really abandon the run here to try to score quickly and keep clock.
Gain of 6 to 31. That also makes a quarter last forever.
It does. But if you're a D lineman for Buhler, this is when you lick your chops, because if you know the other team's going to be primarily throwing, you can just bring the heat down after down and try to put some pressure on Mr. Myers.
2 scores in the 2nd quarter, 1 in the 4th for the Crusaders, now leading 21-0. Here is Myers on a keeper around the right side, and he finds some room to get past the first down stick across the 35 and up to the 37. A gain of 6, 1st and 10, Mulvane.
Another snap to Myers that was down there basically dribbling on the ground to him. He's done a pretty good job of fielding all of those low snaps this evening.
One game being played in the Big 12 tonight is BYU has a 15-12. That's another odd score, 15-12. They lead SMU in the 4th quarter.
So Battle of the Mormons and the Methodists down in Dallas.
Little sidearm action there from Myers. Far side behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be end up right at no gain. Pass was caught.
Myers is having to pick up virtually every snap off the turf. That shotgun snap from Mulvane has not been very clean.
Do give Landis about a half a yard forward after that catch behind the line of scrimmage. Second down and long. They go with 4 wide receiver look. Die to the left of Myers out of the gun. Better snap this time. The ball thrown behind the intended target and incomplete. Brady Nelson at the 38 tried to reach behind him and catch it. He was going to get hit hard if he had caught that ball.
I think he heard footsteps that time. Quentin Pisano was bearing down quickly at a high rate of speed, and if Nelson had caught it, Pisano would have greeted him quickly. Got a Buhler score update out of the Heart of America League. Inman leading Trinity 8-0 with 3:14 left to go in the contest.
It's a touchdown and a safety. Third and long. Myers out of the gun, scrambling to his right, dumps it off short. Receiver hit short of the first down stick at the 45. Well, you have to figure they're going to go for it here. There's no
Mulvane is in
question.
4-down territory for probably the remainder of this contest.
Ball caught at the 46-yard line. It is 4th down and about 2 here from the far side hash mark. Mulvane going right to left.
Going to stop the clock. I think Buhler may be using a timeout.
No signal yet.
4th down and a long yard for the Wildcats.
Big 12 this weekend. KU is at Illinois on Saturday. That's a sellout.
Please repeat.
Oklahoma State home against Arkansas. That'll be an important game for the Cowboys early in the year. K-State, of course, goes to Tulane. Cincinnati home against Pittsburgh. Utah has looked good early in the year. They host Baylor in a Big 12 matchup. Iowa State. It's a battle of the corn.
Yeah, the Cy-Hawk Trophy.
West Virginia home against U of Albany, and UCF hosting Sam Houston. Also Nebraska home against Colorado. Both those teams 1-0. Oakland hosting Houston. They're having some trouble with the play clock here. TCU Long Island. Arizona, North Arizona. Washington State hosts Texas Tech. Arizona State, Mississippi State. I'm not used to all these new teams. The list just kept... It's got to be over soon, doesn't it?
I tell you, as a Big 12 person, though, I love all the Western teams joining us because it used to be you could watch college football from 11 a.m. clear till 1 o'clock in the morning, and you'd be watching East Coast games. Now you can watch Big 12 football from 11 a.m. to Sunday morning.
4th and 1. Wildcats. Myers out of the gun, wants to throw over the middle. Receiver catches it across the line to gain at the 49. And that'll move the sticks. 1st and 10 Wildcats.
That shows how much respect Mulvane has for Buhler's run game. They have a 4th and short, and Mulvane's throwing it. Did a little hook route that time, just dumped it off to a receiver who just snuck past the line to gain, but got buried after he caught it.
4 to the 49 of the Crusaders. So the Wildcats, for a second time in the half in Buhler territory, 14-0 in the first half, now 21-0 for the score in the 4th quarter for Buhler. Here's Myers stepping up in the pocket, throws downfield and overthrows his target.
Yeah, good coverage that time being provided by the linebacking core. Will Haanen with all the wideouts that Mulvane threw out there, doing a good job in coverage way downfield.
Ball at the 15. I mentioned defensive backs don't like to tackle running backs in space. Linebackers don't like to go downfield and cover receivers, do they?
Yeah.
Not where they would prefer to be. Clock stopped with the incompletion. 7:33 to go here in the game. 2nd down and 10. And pressure this time brought. And Myers is going to be brought down to the backfield for a loss back across the 50. at the 48-yard line. 3rd down and long.
And like you said, Aaron, with that time, since it was a quarterback sack, the clock runs there, but all these incompletions really dragging this 4th quarter out. This game had been moving really along. The 1st quarter really trucked by, but since Mulvane's tried to start going upstairs, it's really slowed the tempo down.
3rd and 13, Myers out of the gun. They'll go with that empty backfield look. 3 receivers left, 2 right. And the receiver right to left in motion. Myers steps up tall in the pocket, sidearms it over the middle, off the hands of the receiver, incomplete. Hayes Inslee was the intended target. Good coverage downfield. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Great coverage that time being provided by the Crusaders. I believe that was Dylan Skripsic in coverage as the high safety.
You guys notice that he almost releases that ball from like a 3/4 arm slot?
Yeah, and Manny Myers, really, I've been impressed with his ability to step up in the pocket to make throws. His receiving core just hasn't been able to haul in anything.
4th and 13 at the 48, 1st down stick up at the Buhler 39. Myers out of the gun, 4 receiver look. Here comes pressure right up the middle. Myers gets rid of it, one-on-one, overthrows the target near the 35, incomplete. Paisano in coverage on Caleb Bohr.
A great job by Pisano. He was physical, but stayed right there step for step with him and didn't really deliver contact until the ball got there. Great job by Pisano. He's made some good plays in the secondary this evening.
Myers has had to elude pressure a lot tonight.
Yeah, he has not had many opportunities to get good, clean throws without being under duress. And Buhler offense now has a little different mission with a 3-score lead.
Burn the clock.
Yes, exactly. It's going to be a heavy dose of Buhler run game here, I have a feeling, fellas.
Between the tackles.
So a turnover on downs. Buhler will take it from the 48 and up the middle, and a big run on 1st down.
That's Max Harmony.
Big gashing run there by Harmony.
Starting to see some substitutions. That's Max Harmony with his first run as a Crusader up across the 40 to the 38-yard line. Harmony, a 5'9" junior at 160. Getting some time on the defensive side as well as playing offense out of the I formation.
Getting the ball again.
And they'll hand it off to Harmony in at that backup fullback position. And he's making the most of his opportunities.
Yeah, Gasway got banged up a little bit earlier. Some other substitutions coming in. Zach Swizer checking in, the 6'1", 265-pound O-lineman.
Only 2 carries for Harmony. He's taken the ball from the 48 to the 25. That's not bad. 1st and 10 again. Yeah, I'm sure at this point it felt like just cramps for Gasway, but why at this point in the game, why chance anything? Stay in the eye. Single tight end look. And punch it up the middle again inside the 10-yard line. Still going. And down near the 5. Who got the carry that time?
It's Max Harmony again.
Harmony again. Harmony's bucking for some playing time.
Yes, yeah. Well, they always say when they open a door for you, you got to run through it, and that's what Harmony's doing right here.
Down to the 8. Harmony in 3 plays. Has a 1st and goal. 5:07 to go in the game, and this would officially close the door, I feel like, on the Wildcats. If they're able to punch it in here. Hey, Harmony, here. Have it again.
They finally figured it out.
Wildcats read it that time. No gain.
I have a feeling there's probably a few comments made from the Mulvane sideline. Come on, guys.
Well, I appreciate that about coaches. You know, you got a guy that's got you all the way down there. Give him a chance to punch it in.
Yep. Dance with the one that brung you.
2nd down and 10 after no gain. Clock running, 4:32 to go in the game. Buhler up by a score of 21-0. They stay in the eye. And this time it'll be the tailback. Sneaking to the corner of the right side. The pylon, did he get in? Touchdown! Crusaders!
And that's Dylan Skripsic.
Another of the guys off the bench. The sophomore, Dylan Skripsik, with his first career run, first career TD.
It's a good ratio. Every time he touches the football, he scored a touchdown. So fun to see Skripsik getting into the end zone, and Buhler goes up 4 scores here with under 4.5 to play.
8-yard run for Dylan Skripsik. Ends up 5 plays and 52 yards. All but 8 of that was Max Harmony. And Jared Miller stays perfect in the kicking game tonight. 4 for 4, 28-0. Buhler leads at 4:50 to go in the game. We're back in 1 minute. The Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dal Hunt with Buhler Dental Care. At Buhler Dental Care, we have great registered hygienists to help schedule your family for convenience. You will receive high-quality dental care and build a positive relationship with our experienced staff in a pleasant and reassuring atmosphere. We like to have some fun with you and get to know you while you spend time with us. So be sure to give us a call at 620-543-2768 or email us at drdaldds@gmail.com. Buhler Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
Even when you know the end is near, saying goodbye can be difficult. Hospice and Home Care of Reno County can help your family. Focus on making the time you have left the best it can be, whether it's at home, in a nursing facility, or in the comfortable atmosphere of Hospice House. The hospice staff will help guide you through those difficult decisions. Hospice and Home Care of Reno County, your local not-for-profit agency, serving a 50-mile radius of Hutchinson, a member of Hutchinson Regional Healthcare System.
95.9 HKFM.
28-0, 4:15 left on the clock here in the game. Buhler 2 touchdowns in the first half, 2 in the second half tonight. And how good is it with some of the kicking issues we've had the last couple of years? I don't want to jinx it. Jared Miller 4 for 4 on PATs.
And they've been big, high kicks, good holds, good snaps. That's going to be a big thing for Buhler.
Deep kick here, returned. The Wildcats across the 20-yard line, tackled near the 20 is Hayes Inslee.
Jackson Pratt in on the stop for Buhler, and I guarantee you, fellas, Coach Coles, when they had the little break of play before this defensive series, they're preaching one thing out there, and that's keep this goose egg up on the boards, fellas.
All right, prognosticator, we're talking about the Big 12. How many of the, what do we have, 16 teams now? Is it 16, 14, however many it is? It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
How many of them have a legitimate shot to win the league?
3 or 4.
That's exciting, though, that we're not talking about just Texas and Oklahoma, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Screen pass, near side, caught. Up across the 30. That'll be a first down throw from Myers to Inslee. Move the sticks. 4-score lead with 4:02 to go here in the contest. And Inslee officially goes out of bounds at the 27.
Mulvane with all 3 timeouts left. Like we mentioned before, they are going to be throwing it all over the yard here to close this thing out.
So you're talking KUK State, Oklahoma State, Arizona, Utah. Is that? Or you're not putting Ken? How could I be so ignorant? I should know who I'm talking to.
Well, it's a long season.
No gain on the play.
No gain on the play. First there to make the stop.
Second down at 10.
Number 11, Cruz Hirschberger.
That's a true opponent. You never give any ground, right? Uh-huh. You can go ahead and
Silence
say
is
what
golden.
Oh, man.
Mulvane burning one of their first 3 timeouts here. Well, you want to take a look at the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update?
I would love to.
Okay, got a final down the dial on Kansas Rocks 100.3. Inman shuts out Trinity Catholic tonight 15-0. A score update. Another ABCTL action at the end of 3. Andover Central up on Hutch 34-7. And so Andover Central looking to be in their normal form of being pretty dang good.
They look scary.
Last score we have out of the Great Bend McPherson game at the end of 3 was Great Bend leading Mac 28-6. Another Ad-Ast radio action over on 96.7 KMPK. In the Battle of Harvey County, Heston leading Halstead 21-14. And then on 95.9 Smoky Hills Rock, Larned was leading Smoky Valley 36-24 in CKL action late in the 4th.
Andale smashing El Dorado in the 3rd now, 68-7. Andover and Capon are tied at 21. Pratt over Hoisington in the 3rd, 24-3. Clearwater in the 3rd over Rose Hills, 16-0.
Of course, longtime head coach journeyman Justin Burke now coaching at Clearwater.
Here's Myers, throws complete to Inslee. He'll move the sticks up across the 40. And up to the 45-yard line. 3:09 now left in the contest. Clay Center blanking Abilene in the 3rd, 27-0. Goddard leading Mays 7-3.
I think Mays is missing, well, I guess Avery was 2 years ago when he was at Mays.
But yeah, I'm sure they are. Derby leading Hayes 33-7.
Clock continuing to roll here. Black Knights still trying to keep the shutout intact.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line. Play action. Myers steps up in the pocket and is going to be slung to the turf. Did get past the line of scrimmage, so no sack. Got across the 45 up to the 46.
Nice play made there by Asher McConaughey. So Buhler starting to work some other young men into the Black Knight defense here. McConaughey, a 6 foot, 170-pound sophomore.
Colby McCarty now in the game at defensive line position.
Colby McCarty.
Dylan Skripsik is out there at safety now. 2nd down and 8 at the 46. Receiver goes in motion. Myers tipped up in the air and incomplete. It was Will Hanen who got a hand on it.
Will Hanen tipped it up, and trying to pick it out of the sky was Jackson Pratt, but couldn't quite get there. And we got a final in the Great Bend McPherson game. It is Great Bend 26, McPherson 6. So the Panthers looking to be a force to be reckoned with that we'll see in a couple weeks.
3rd and 8 coming up with 1:49 on the clock. They'll keep Dye in the backfield to the right of Myers. Steps up in the pocket and tried to dump it off over the middle, incomplete, intended for
Grady Myers. But I tell you what, Manny Myers' completion percentage would be exponentially better if his receivers held on to a few more passes, because that one hit Grady Myers right in the hands. Just couldn't hold on. But probably a lot of credit given to the Buhler secondary and linebacking core just being so aggressive out there.
Talked about that he lost his top 4 targets from last year, threw for over 1,400 yards. Very inexperienced receiving core back for them. They'll go for it on 4th down and 8. Myers some time, steps up in the pocket, slings it over the middle. It is caught up at the Buhler 30, 25-20, and down to the 15-yard line. That is Hunter Landis with some nice yak yards there, and it'll be 1st and 10 in the red zone the first time tonight that Mulvane has crossed the Buhler 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
Landis, a small but mighty back, 5'4", 129, the junior.
At the 16, still $1:28 to go. Myers to throw again. And now he's going to run with it. Good coverage downfield. Myers angling right. And gets out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
Some pretty nifty running there by Myers as he bobbed and weaved his way through quite a few Buhler defenders. And Buhler, you know, Manny Myers is a threat to run the football, and Buhler really has done a nice job of keeping him contained this evening.
Out of bounds at the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd down from there. He got out of bounds, so it stops the clock with 1:21 to play. Myers out of the gun with Dye to his right. There's a low snap again. Picks it up, throws over the middle, incomplete.
Good coverage here on the near side being provided by Jared Miller in the corner.
It was intended for Inslee.
Banged into him.
3rd down and 2.
Right along the goal line, right as the ball arrived.
That's something that several times tonight that exchange on the shotgun snap has been low. That's something they have to fix.
Because every time Manny Myers has to scoop it off the turf, that just gives the D lineman more time to get pressure on him and really slows down the offense for Mulvane.
3rd and 2. Myers being pressured. To his left, throws over the middle. It is caught. Touchdown, Mulvane.
I believe the catch was made by Hayes Inslee to break the shutout with 1:09 remaining.
Manny Myers to Hayes Inslee for the touchdown.
So a 7-yard TD pass. 7 plays in that drive for Mulvane that started at their own 18-yard line.
And credit to Mulvane, they didn't give up tonight. A lot of teams down 4 scores late in the 4th. They would have folded their tents, but Mulvane kept chopping away and eventually hit Pater.
High snap, a wobbly kick by Urig, and it will find its way through. 28-7, 1:09 left here in the 4th. Back in a minute, the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Here's a bright idea. The internet should be fast and reliable. That's why IdeaTech is connecting towns and neighborhoods with modern fiber internet. Modern, fast, reliable internet. Another bright idea from IdeaTech. Find your plan today at ideatech.com. Here's a bright idea. The internet should work. That's why IdeaTech is building modern fiber networks across Kansas. Internet that just works. Another bright idea from IdeaTech. Find your plan at ideatech.com.
We're making more than just sweets at the Bakery House and Catering Company. Boxed lunches for local businesses, full-service catering for banquets and weddings, and freezer meals for family dinner. Come see us at the Bakery House, just 1 block east of 30th and Plum in Hutchinson.
The Bradbury Company, headquartered in Mound Ridge, is a family-owned custom equipment builder, and they're hiring qualified candidates for manufacturing roles. Apply online at BradburyGroup.com. The Bradbury Company, wishing the best of luck to all the teams.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, it's got final up the road in Inman. Teutons beat Trinity Catholic tonight, 15-0. Andale 68-7, the final over El Dorado. Great Bend back is final 28-6. Great Bend off to a 1-0 start. We'll see them in 2 weeks. Low line drive kick by Mulvane. It's going to be picked up inside the 5. Returnable 10-15. Nice return out to the 20-yard line.
And on that return for Buhler, it was Dylan Skripczyk.
He had to go back to retrieve it and still able to get it out to the 20. Andover Central now into 3, leading Hutch High 34-7. So obviously there's some big names to watch out for always in the West. I think you have to put Andover Central right at the top of that list, don't you?
Yep, and I really do think Capen's going to be a force to be reckoned with. They've been 5A for, I mean, it's the first time in school history they've ever been a 4A to my knowledge, so that'll be a team that Buhler have to contend with potentially.
Certainly you can't overlook Wamego. Here's the handoff. This is Skripczyk. Across the 20 up to the 25.
Logan Snyder out there as quarterback for Buhler.
5-yard gain on the play.
Second team offense out there for the Crusaders. We'll try to acknowledge as many of these young men as possible.
Yeah, that number is incorrect. That's actually Asher Zachary at quarterback.
And I think, you know, Buhler and Mack are always going to be in the conversation too, right? So.
Thank you for the catch there, Matt.
Second down and 4. And they'll pitch it to Scripp, runs left and cuts back right, finds some room, 35-40 at the edge, 50 into Mulvane territory up the sideline and shoved out of bounds. Wildcat 35.
Touchdown saving tackle made by Hayes Inslee as he slings Skripsik out of bounds. But a great run there for Skripsik. Man, he's having a great first night of varsity football, some big runs and a touchdown.
Down to the 33. That is a 41-yard run by Dylan Skripsik. It'll be 1st and 10. Him and Harmony came in the game, and boy, they can't miss. It's been fantastic.
Eli White split out to the far side.
So Asher Zachary now in at quarterback, and he's going to take a knee with 7 seconds left, and that is going to do it. That'll be it. Noah Hayes in the game there, and we'll get more of those guys in as the year goes along, hopefully. Well, it wasn't pretty at times tonight, but some big plays. Talk about that big punt in the first half by Brendan Skripsik. The big pass play over the middle from Brendan to Cash Carson in the second half. A couple of big plays that come to mind with the win tonight.
Yep, and overall, anytime you can have a game where you only allow 1 touchdown, that's going to set you up for a lot of success, because mark my word, this Mulvane team, they're going to beat some people this year, and you know, I think they've got enough skill positions, and just they got a lot of younger guys out there in the receiving corps, and they're a well-coached squad, and it'll be interesting to see what Mulvane does with the rest of their season, but they're by no means a pushover.
Well, 2 touchdowns in the first half, 2 in the second half tonight. Get it done for the Crusaders. Mulvane with a late score in the 4th. 28-7 is the final. Buhler to a 1-0 start. They are on the road next week at Augusta. Mulvane 0-1. They've now lost 7 games in a row dating back to last year. They'll have their home opener coming up on Friday against Independence. And in the all-time series now, that is game number 45 between the Crusaders and the Wildcats. And Buhler leads it all-time by a record of 26-19. They're now 6-1 on games played on September the 6th.
That's a good date for Buhler.
28-7 the final. And our Crusader Locker Room show begins next on HKFM.
Coverage of Crusader football continues next with the Crusader Locker Room Show. On the way, Aaron and Chris recap tonight's game, and we'll hear the post-game thoughts of head coach Steve Warner. Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM.
At Rise Up Reno Prevention Network, our goal is to prevent underage alcohol use, vaping, and other drug misuse by kids for as long as possible. Youth brains are working hard to learn new skills and strengthen their mental health. They need opportunities to make good choices. Let's work together to prevent alcohol, vapes, and drug use before kids ever start. If underage kids don't start using, every part of our community benefits. Join us to be a part of prevention. Get more information at riseupreno.org.
The Anchor Inn and Anchor Away have been serving authentic Mexican food to Hutchinson and surrounding communities for over 35 years. Treat friends and family to the Anchor's legendary dishes in their large banquet room, famous buffet, and relaxed atmosphere. Open Monday through Saturday. For the same great food with the convenience of a drive-thru, visit Anchor Away at B and Adams. Like Anchor Inn and Anchor Away on Facebook for specials. Anchor Inn and Anchor Away, authentically delicious in downtown Hutchinson.
It's true. You see the 8-Pack Kansas Incorporated Shears Division name on big construction equipment on many of the largest highway projects in Kansas. But Shears wants you to know they have smaller equipment for smaller jobs, like your residential driveway, parking lot, or other paving projects, asphalt, or concrete. And the other great thing, they take the same care and pride in your job as they take in every project. For more information and a no-obligation estimate, call 8-Pack Kansas Incorporated Shears Division at 662-2112.
Have a smile you want. Come and see us today. We have time for you. Open Friday and Saturday.
Hi, I'm Dr. J. You can have the healthy, beautiful smile you deserve. Come see me today at Hutchinson Family Dental.
Dr. J. Stuckey, Hutchinson Family Dental.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, the Crusader marching band have a little fun out of the field here after a Crusader win. We'll, of course, have several opportunities to see the Crusaders in performance. Coming up first weekend in October, they'll be marching in the Frolic, and then it'd be nice to, we never have shows that are closed, so it'll be nice if we only have to go to Valley Center that day. That'll be good. But good job of the football team tonight.
Yeah, no, fantastic night. I tell you, one of the things, just having grown up around here, sometimes when you have games that coincide with weekends at the fair, the crowd maybe isn't the best. I was really impressed with the crowd considering it was open weekend of the fair, and just an overall very positive night. I know Coach Warner, it's always more fun to get Aaron for you to get to visit with them after a win, but a game that's a pretty clean game, not a ton of penalties for Buhler and not a ton of mistakes, and anytime you can hold an opponent like Mulvane to one score, that's a good night at the office.
Yeah, honestly, the penalties that hurt the most were extracurricular penalties, a couple of after the play kind of nonsensical things that I would imagine they will clean up in short order. I know Coach has got to be thrilled. I got a chance to witness Coach Warner congratulate Coach Coles on what was really a very good game plan. You could tell that they set out to stop fish or die. Once they were able to do that, they forced Mulvane to be one-dimensional, and that just meant you could turn loose those guys to go get Manny Myers. It was really just stuck. You didn't really have any options.
Well, and you mentioned fish or die. You think about last year, that was that 59-36 game. It reminded me of an 8-man game.
He ran for 155 in that game.
We just couldn't. They couldn't stop us, but we could not stop fish or die. I mean, he was all over the field, and for the defense to really buckle down and stop a talented kid like him. I mean, he was really a non-entity this evening.
Yeah, I think, if memory serves me right, I think he had every touchdown that they scored. He was so good, and you could tell they were ready for him. They were ready for the offensive sets they want to run. I also go back to this. We talked about it during the broadcast. Their inability to get the ball into Manny Myers' hands without him having to pick it up off the turf mess with their timing all night long. And that's just those detail things you don't think about. You figure it's going to be good, but once it goes bad, they couldn't fix it.
And with how quick our D-line is, you give our guys just that much more time to get their pressure. I mean, that made the pocket.
Half a step that matters.
Yep, that pocket just collapsed that much quicker.
Yeah, on the other side, timing-wise, with our passing game, if you're looking for an area, hey, there's plenty of time to get it better. But, certainly the deep shot second half helped. But just helping Script with his confidence and seeing some positive plays, they're going to, eventually down the road, they're going to need that passing game.
Oh, yeah, because there'll be teams that just really decide they're going to load up the box and dare you to beat them through the air. And, that's kind of the impressive thing, too.
McPherson's coming.
Yes,
That's what they're going to do.
Yep.
Great Bend, too.
Yep. So it'll be, you make the progress. And they always say some of your best improvement is from week 1 to week 2. So, with the game next week at Augusta, Augusta, just like Mulvane, always plays us hard, irregardless of who they have, what they have. You know that going to Mulvane, it's going to be a tough game, or not Mulvane, Augusta, it's going to be a tough game. And so see how this week of practice goes. Another positive thing tonight, got through the evening pretty much injury-free, and that's something that early in the year, sometimes you can lose a guy for a long time or the season. So good to see our guys get through without really any big bumps.
I think for the passing game, if Brendan can get that throw to the boundary, they were trying to go outs, quick outs, and those were not comfortable throws for him. You could see even when they got him moving, that deep ball down the middle where he could put some air under it was such a well-thrown ball, which shows us, okay, he can do this. He can absolutely do that. I would imagine they will work a lot of those boundary throws this week in practice.
Let me ask you this. You talked about our defense, and Cash Carson was an animal tonight. He had 6 sacks last year. The school record set by Henry Hickert back in 13 is 14. Does he have a shot at breaking that?
I believe so. And one of the reasons, too, a lot of years we've had one quick D lineman. this year with how quick across the board it is.
4 of them.
Yeah,
every play.
They're not going to be able to really, if they try to take away Cash completely, it's going to open up other stuff. And so it's kind of pick your poison. I really think he's got a shot at getting it.
I would also add, Manny Myers is one of the better athletes that we're going to play back there. There are other guys that we're going to play that are not as shifty as Manny is. And Manny a couple times got rid of the ball when he was wrapped up.
Yep. You think about the near safety.
And avoided that safety. So, I think Cash is going to get home a lot.
You know, that's what they called me in high school, shifty.
That was more a reflection of your character, my man.
28-7, the final time for post-game thoughts from Coach Warner. Coach, let's start with your defense. Boy, nearly a shutout tonight. Some junk yards there at the end, but they played fantastic.
They did. They were outstanding. It was just a great effort. And we talked about the front four, how they played it. We talked about it at halftime, how they were doing a great job. And then bringing blitzes, too. And we quit bringing as many blitzes in the second half, but just an outstanding job by those front four, putting pressure on the quarterback all the time. And I thought our D-backs played well. We had a couple of breakdowns, but that's just the nature of the beast there. But I heard you guys talking about Manny being a great athlete. He really is. He's probably one of the best athletes they have on their team. And I thought they had several athletes. Their line was weaker than ours on both sides, but not their skill people. They have good skill people. And you're right. He was running for his life and being wrapped up, getting rid of the ball. We're going to put a lot of pressure on quarterbacks this year.
I'll ask you the question I asked these guys. The record for season sacks is 14. Does Cash Carson have a chance at that? Yes, no, maybe.
How many did he have tonight? Yes, I'd say without a doubt. But I don't know how many he had tonight. But we'll see that when we do our stats. But he does, and Chase too. I mean, and then Cruz at any time because they're all so quick and so aggressive. And Cash has been doing it longer than the other two, and the other two are going to figure out. I'm sure there's going to be times when they got tired and they stood up, and we'll have to get them to stay low. But I'm excited about the way they played. And to me, the offense, it was like a first game for our offense, and new quarterback, new positions, 2 sophomores starting on the line for us, made some sophomore mistakes, things that are very, very correctable. The number one thing I loved about our offensive line is they get after it. We're aggressive, and we're playing hard, and they're working hard in practice, and those are huge things that are going to make us a good line and have a good offense by the end of the year. And I think Brendan had first-game jitters throwing the ball. He's thrown the ball well the last 3 weeks, and so without a doubt he's going to get better. I know it was nice to see him complete that long pass because he needed the confidence for it. But he can throw the ball, and I think it was just first-game jitters.
And you ran the ball well tonight. Ben had a good night. And then, Harmony and Scripsic coming in the second half. Coach, they're bucking for some playing time if they keep running like that. So.
I think they are. Nick blocked very, very well, too, as we talk about our other fullback, Nick. And they were sitting back. They quit blitzing, and that's why our trap worked on them. I don't think I've ever run an inside trap 4 times in a row, but we did it tonight. I think Coach Zion said it's going in the Guinness Book of World Records, but nobody runs inside trap, especially these days, 4 times in a row.
Well,
it was definitely a lot of fun.
If anybody would know, it would be Coach Zion.
He would know. He would know.
Been here a long time. So
yes, he has.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win. Enjoy it with your team, and we'll talk to you on our coaches show on Monday.
Thank you.
All right, that's Coach Steve Warner with his post-game thoughts and really positive all around about how his team played tonight. So
yeah, pretty happy. And he mentioned Coach Zion. I have to point this out. I was talking with Coach Zion here after Spirit Night last week. This is his 42nd year of coaching football, and the lion's share of that, he's been here at Buhler since the mid-'80s. So just have to say, one of the best guys. Anybody that ever played for him has been around him. Fantastic teacher, fantastic human being. And
the kids love him.
Yeah, just and a good big reason for just the consistency in this program. But no, you mentioned Coach Warner just being in a good mood. Yeah, that's always the thing as a coach and as a team, if you can walk away from a game, because even after some wins, you guys know there's some wins you walk away going like, man, we screwed up here or there, or just there's frustrating things. But tonight was a pretty good first game.
That's a talented team. Like that's a team that's going to win some games. We've talked about it a lot tonight, but they've got good skill position players, and they're fast, right? They're fast. They're trying to do defensively what Buhler does.
Mm-hmm.
Really, that's what they're trying to do. It's just that Buhler's a little better at it than they are, but they're emulating what Buhler does, and so every defense we play is not going to look like that. And guys, I'm here to tell you, Brendan's gonna get better.
Yeah.
Brendan's. This was, if you were gonna get him, this was the night. This was probably as uncomfortable as he'll look the rest of the year. And so, and yet even at that, I thought when he kept it on those quarterback keepers, especially going to his left, I thought, okay, that looks pretty good. And he was able to churn some positive yards. And then you saw when he finally had a chance to set his feet, he wasn't throwing to the boundary. He threw a pretty good ball.
And something that we didn't talk about, but you just kind of take for granted, but did a good job of taking care of the football. That's something that if it's your first varsity start at quarterback, and really did a great job of taking care of the ball. I mean, I can't really hardly remember the ball being on the deck, and that's something that a lot of times people take for granted, that the quarterback's making clean handoffs, not fumbling snaps, and really did a good job of taking care of the ball, and that's a good sign because he's only going to get better at that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just to wrap up the Coach Zion, he actually was the head coach from 84 to 86. So then Coach Porter came in, and Zion could say, hey, Coach, you won with my kids. So but this number 156 for Coach tonight, by far and away the most. He actually broke the school record in the state championship game. Was it 13?
Yes, 2013, yes.
Hard to believe he's now doubled up what he had then to now. So it's been very successful. All right, we'll come back, play, and the player of the game is our Crusader Locker Room Show. Continues after this on HKFM.
More of the Crusader Locker Room Show is next. Stay tuned as we name tonight's play and player of the game. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Are you done with punching the clock or constant work travel? Do you have 15 or more acres? Find freedom by joining America's #1 free-range egg brand, Happy Egg. Happy Egg is looking for growers to raise happy hens. Happy Egg offers startup and new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Work from home. Work for yourself. Feed America. Visit happyeggfarms.com today for more information. Happy Egg is a proud supporter of Reno County Athletics.
From their beginnings in 1989, Wifco Steel Products has grown to be the premier supplier of storage tank hardware in the U.S. and Canada, and they're still growing. Apply today at wifcosp.com. Wifco Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
Neufeld's Flooring, proud supporter of Buhler High School activities. We are your experts for all your floor covering needs. Please make an appointment to visit us at 110 West 2nd, downtown Buhler, or give us a call at 620-543-2274. Go Crusaders!
You already know H&R Block does taxes, but you may not know you can get expert help in person or virtually, or that our tax pros average 10 years of experience, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. H&R Block in Hutchinson, Ellsworth, and Lyons.
Hi, this is Mamie Coldren with the Buhler Booster Club. The Booster Club supports all student activities and athletics at Buhler High School. Be sure to follow the Crusader Closet and Booster Club on Facebook for events and new Crusader apparel arrivals. We are excited to be able to accept credit card payments at our concession stands this year. Buhler Booster Club is grateful for the continued support from our generous donors.
Hi, it's Aaron West, voice of the Crusaders, and Astro Radio is a proud Buhler Booster Club member.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, welcome back on our Midway Motors. Well, no, that was 3 hours ago, fellas.
Yes.
Going back in time like Huey Lewis. But anyway, it's the Crusader Locker Room Show as we'll get final stats from Andrew Epp and wrap up the broadcast here coming up tonight. Let's get to our play and player of the game. Of course, we had our excellent play of the game earlier tonight, but do want to mention our Dix Phillips 66 fill-up of the game. Every journey begins with a stop at Dix Phillips 66, and I think we kind of came to a consensus that that huge punt by Brendan Skripczyk in the was it the second quarter was kind of a turning point of the game.
Quarter,
yeah, and so good. I think of the three phases, special teams really they didn't have a bad moment tonight, and they played really well.
Yep, and you're going to win a lot of games because if the kicking game is solid, that's one less thing you got to worry about. And we were talking about just even our punt returns. They're fielding them cleanly, kickoffs, good coverage, field goal or the PAT unit looked good.
That punt flipped the field, and then that next drive for Mulvane, you may remember, was the fumble. Buhler got the ball in the short field because of that great punt and was able to score that first time in a game that had been rather offensively pedestrian up to that point. So,
well,
really.
and before that punt, you think about Mulvane for the first time really had us operating up against the shadow of our own end zone, so that really showed how important that punt was.
Yep.
There's Coach Zai. He's a guy who's been here longer than anybody. He doesn't actually teach for the district anymore. He's technically retired, and he's out there picking up
the kicking net with
what's
Mr.
left
Patton
on the field. Our Man of Steel tonight, player of the game, brought to you by Wifco Steel Products. Numero uno for me, if you're asking who I think it is. Cash Carson.
I can go with that.
Are we
he
good
had
with
he
that?
had the big reception, and defensively just was unblockable. And you think about that one tackle he made down at the south end that really was one of the biggest sacks that we had of the evening on Manny Myers. He was the guy that got a hold of Myers' foot and wouldn't let go. Yep, and the other guys came and finished it off. But he's a kid that it's going to be fun just to see his senior year continue to develop.
He understands leverage.
Yes.
Yeah, he just understands leverage. Yep, he's good.
All right, fellas. Well, good job tonight. We'll look forward to getting back with you Friday at Augusta as we'll kick off against the O's next Friday night from Oriole Stadium at 7 o'clock. Our Midway Motors Drive to the Game goes on the air at 6:30 next Friday here on HKFM. Andrew Epp, how about some final stats, sir?
Final score, Buhler 28, Mulvane 7. What was the final last year again? Something like combined
I think we had
79 points or something like that.
We had it was like 59-36, something like that, yeah.
Well, a little lower scoring today, and it was offensively both teams were one-dimensional, but it was the opposite way. Total yards, Mulvane 178. 180 of that, if that makes sense, was through the air. Buhler 279 total yards, and 225 of that was on the ground. For Mulvane passing, Manny Myers 15 of 31 for 180 yards and 1 touchdown. 135 of that 180 was in the second half. Brendan Skripsic 2 for 9 for 54 yards. But remember, he also had that 61-yard punt that we all talked about in the first half that was big in terms of field position. On the ground for the Crusaders, Ben Klaus, he had 1 touchdown, 22 carries, 114 yards, just over 5 yards per carry. Brendan Skripsic, 8 attempts for 36 yards and a touchdown. Nick Gazaway, 6 attempts for 22 yards and a touchdown. Dylan Skripsic also got in and had 3 rushing attempts for 55 yards for the sophomore, Dylan Skripsic. That's 18.3 yards per carry, not bad for Dylan Skripsic's debut today. He also had 20 return yards. And then Asher Zachary, a negative 2-yard rush at the end to end the game, downing the ball.
So I just want to make sure that you're telling me this correctly. They
Yes.
had negative 2 rushing yards, Mulvane did?
Mulvane had negative 2 rushing yards, yeah. Manny Myers, 9 for negative 2, and Fisher Dye, 11 for 0. He had a long of, if I can see this, a long rush of 4 today. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Defensively, as we were talking about, for the Crusaders, a lot of guys with a lot of different things. Cash Carson, 3 sacks, 6 tackles, and 6 quarterback hurries. Also had a 41-yard reception on the offensive side of the ball on that big 3rd down conversion. Will Haanen, 9 tackles, 2 pass breakups, and that touchdown-saving tackle in the first half. Nick Gazaway, Jackson Pratt, Jacob Miller all had 5 tackles apiece. Number 15, Brady Gotti, 2 passes batted away, and a fumble recovery to go along with his 4 tackles. First downs, Mulvane had 8. including one on a penalty. Buhler had 13. Mulvane 3 for 15 on third downs, and they started off 2 for 3 and got their last one, so they had 11 failed third down conversions in a row. Buhler just 3 for 9 on third downs, but they connected on 3 of their last 4. Fourth down conversions, had a lot of attempts. Mulvane 2 for 5, Buhler 1 for 3. Jared Miller, in his debut as the starting field goal kicker, 4 for 4 on extra points as well, and they looked good. He was getting them up high. So 28-7, Crusaders take this one in game 1 of the 2024 season. Can you believe it?
It's the 7th time in school history, by the way, that we've held a team to negative rushing yards.
Awesome. Do you have the stat on what Mulvane had last year rushing? It was more than -2, I believe.
Yes. Well, their running back, Fisher Dye, he ran against us for 155 last year. So
Good grief.
big change. -53, by the way, is the school record.
Was it against Ulysses last year?
It was against Haven in 2009.
Nice. Okay.
All right, pal. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Good to have you back.
Absolutely.
Final
We'll see you
stats
next week. Thank
tonight.
you.
We'll come back and wrap the broadcast up right after this on HKFM.
Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM. Stream Crusader football on your phone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app. 95.9 HKFM. The Buhler Crusaders play here.
Whether you want a small home remodel or need repairs done or have a brand new build project in mind, Erickson Custom Building is your choice. All of us at Erickson Custom Building would like to thank our customers for 20 years of business and friendship. Brian and the crew at Erickson have spent those years developing excellent customer service and quality leadership for all types of projects, big or small, traditional or trendy. When your project is finished, it will reflect your vision for quality and follow-through that exceeds your expectations, not your budget. Call Erickson Custom Building or find us on the web at ericksoncustombldg.com.
This is Annette with Annette KF Insurance. Inflation is hitting us hard, so it's a good time to review the cost and coverage of your auto and homeowners insurance. As an independent agent, I represent Goodville Mutual and several other fine companies. Stop by Annette Epp Insurance in Hutchinson at 2500 North Main, Suite E, or call 620-662-4900.
Have your insurance premiums increased this year? Rex Redinger at the Redinger Agency has over 40 years of experience helping people in Hutchinson and across central Kansas get excellent coverage while saving money on their home, auto, and business insurance. As an independent agent, Rex works with many companies like Progressive, Travelers, and Safeco to get you the best rates. Online at RedingerAgency.com or stop by 1801 North Plum Street across from Bogies in Hutchinson. Get your quote and start saving with the Redinger Agency.
We're here to keep you rolling. Rod's Tire and Service.
If you're getting ready to buy or sell land, start a building project, or have a property line in question, call Alpha Land Surveys. With over 30 years of experience, you can trust Alpha Land Surveys. Call 728-0012 or go to alphalandsurveys.com.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here on the Crusader Locker Room Show as we wrap it up, Christopher, and busy first night of high school football. We debuted our new Crusader TV, and that after a few things to work out, that seemed to go pretty well. So just excited to be able to provide more coverage for our community this year, and several communities were doing that for us. So good stuff. And I don't think that if there were any fires tonight, they all got put out. So
only had one station in the network go off the air in the middle of a game. You know how there's always the opening night of high school football. It's a bit of a Chinese fire drill, but I know tons of people put in a ton of work to help it pull off. And no, and I know your brother's one of them. You know, if that guy can't, we don't want to give his cell phone number out there, because if people get it, he could fix any problem anytime. But yeah, no, fun to see high school football underway, and getting to follow all these kids all across the state.
Yeah.
And
Some final scores, final touch of our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Little River beat Chase County in 8-man tonight, 42-22. Winfield wins the Cali Cup over Arc City, 39-34. Cheney beat Holcomb, 38-7. People interested in the war up on 24 went into overtime tonight. And Silver Lake beat Rossville, 33-26. Larned beat Smoky, 36-24 tonight. Elsewhere, Kingman 27, Chaparral 13. Wamego beats Concordia 41-8. We'll see Wamego in the middle of the year. May South 56, Newton 20. Heston beat Halstead 21-14. Fort Scott over Paola 42-27. Haven beat Hillsborough 51-13. Collegiate over Wellington. Close battle 22-19 was the final there. Clearwater over Rose Hill 35-12. Clay Center beat Abilene 35-4-7. Derby over Hayes 40-7 was the final score there. Pratt over Hoisington 24-3. Marion beat Harrington tonight. Didn't have to travel far for that. 46-20. Capon over Andover 28-21. What else you got?
Just some other scores from the area. Canton Galva 45 center in Wheat State League action 54-0. And 6-man action down in the Heart of the Plains League. Cunningham 45 South Barber 56-6. We mentioned it earlier. Great Bend beats McPherson tonight 28-6 in a battle between two pretty good teams. Also this evening, St. John in 8-man shuts out La Crosse 46-0. So St. John off to a great start. And those are just some of the other scores from around. Oh, and then the final, Beloit with a big win over Lions tonight, 52-6 up in Beloit this evening.
Handel beat El Dorado 68-7. You mentioned the Great Bend.
Yep, 28-6 final. Yep.
Mac, yeah. So some other final scores. Well, we'll see you next Friday at Augusta, 7 o'clock kick. And be on the air at 6:30 with our Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Join us Monday night live at Taco John's in Hutchinson. Coach Steve Warner and the Crusader Coaches Show will go on Monday at 6:30. Good weekend, everybody. Catch up on some college football. The NFL is in full swing this weekend. Of course, the State Fair's in town, too. So get your tally on Pronto Pups going, and we'll see who can eat the most.
Yep, Pronto Pups. And in youth sports, youth football starts tomorrow for all the area teams. So lots of sports coming your way, and should be an absolutely gorgeous weekend to get out and just enjoy some nice weather.
I bet Andrew can eat more Pronto Pups than we can. Yeah.
I would love to take him on for the challenge if somebody else is paying.
All right. Well, have a great weekend, fellas. Thanks so much. We'll see you Monday, 6:30, Crusader Coaches Show live from Taco John's. For Matt Atherton, Chris Shank, Aaron West, and all of you out there in Radio Land. Have a great weekend. You've been listening to Crusader Football on HKFM.
Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson, Kansas. We take pride in supporting our community and our student athletes. Hi, I'm the General Manager, Don Glassby. We want to wish our area teams a fun and memorable season. A great person once said, victory is in the quality of competition and not the final score. Visit online AllenSamuelsHutch.com and follow us on Facebook for weekly giveaways and special events. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
You've been listening to coverage of Crusader football. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM. Join Aaron West and head coach Steve Warner Monday nights at 6:30 for the Crusader Coaches Show, live from Taco John's in Hutchinson. This has been a presentation of the Ad Astra Sports Network, the statewide leader in local sports coverage. 95.9 HKFM.